I have a bit of a private question for everybody. Do you sometimes hit your C spot?
What's a C spot?
Well, when I clean my ears with a Q-tip, which I know you shouldn't be doing, but I do it anyway, and I never had any issues. If I go too deep, not like the too deep where you compact your earwax or you hit your eardrum. I'm not that unfortunate or unlucky or stupid, depending on which one you want to pick. But if I go up until a certain depth and then I swirl the finger around inside my ear, there's this one spot that I have on both sides, I'm lucky like that makes me cough.
I did not see the coughing coming.
C spot? Coughing spot? What did you think it was gonna stand for?
I don't know, like a sweet spot in your ear. You know, like with dogs, sometimes when you hit a certain spot in their ears, they go like, ah.
Yeah, I have
I
that
thought
too.
that's what you were looking for, and then you go with coughing.
Except I don't lift my leg and then go, which is really cute with animals. No, I have to cough. There's a part, it's near the bottom of my ear canal. If you touch that, I will go. I cannot explain why, but maybe everybody has one. Your finger is too sausage-like to reach that spot. No, Tifa, you will not look like. You will not look for some. You will not put things inside my ear.
I have this IKEA screwdriver.
I believe it's called an Allen wrench, and you will move that away from my ear before I hurt you, Tifa.
But it fits perfect.
It's also gonna fit perfectly in your ass. Sideways.
Well, besides that...
What do I do with this now?
Psycho. Hi, everyone. Oh, just
God.
give it to me. I can put it away. I'll put it down as loud as you can.
Yeah, because of you. Happy Friday, everybody. We made it for yet another week. Maybe you have a screw loose.
I think a bit more than just one.
You need more than one screwdriver for that, trust me. There's a lot of work to be done. Cheers, everybody.
She said that about you.
Mm-hmm. But when you say it, it's hurtful. When I say it, it's okay. Hello, Psycho. I've already said that. Hello, everybody. How has your week been? I am drinking from a cup that I barely ever show you on stream, because I believe one of the pictures on there is barely visible. Andrick, years ago, gifted me this Cowboy Bebop cup. So we've got Ed, we've got Jet, we've got Faye, and we've got Spike. Unfortunately, Jet is the type of green that you could see that clashes with the green screen effect we have.
He goes straight through it.
Yeah.
You also got a shirt, but that one also messes with the green screen.
Yes, it does, unfortunately.
I think you wore it once, and then it looked a bit...
It looked like I had holes in my chest. Which I do. That's just... Thankfully I don't.
Where your heart is supposed to be.
No. Talking about a hole where my heart is. Tifa, who earlier cut an apple for you?
That is very sweet. I wanted to talk about that, because there might be growling during the stream. It's one of those days where I'm hungry all bloody day.
Same, but I'm also bloated, so I shouldn't.
So I already came home a little bit earlier from work today, because it's been a day. Then I was like, okay, I'm starving. So I've been roaming the house like an animal, looking for food. And I was like, Jack was like, no, I'll make dinner. So we had dinner. And I was still starving.
Tifa even ate carrots, which she hates.
A lot of them. It was.
That's true.
Well, it was alright.
Fair.
It was a lot of carrots.
It had vegetables that you absolutely hate. So you ate them anyway, and I take that as a compliment.
So then I'm looking for more food around the house, and then Jack's like, eat an apple. And I'm not apple hungry, you know?
Here's the thing. This is a trick on how you can maintain or maybe even lose weight if you're anything like us.
I'm starving.
If you start roaming the place for food, if you get into the thing where you keep opening the fridge every 2 minutes, looking into it, because maybe now you find something different in there. If you are that kind of hungry, ask yourself a question. Would I eat an apple? And if an answer is no, then you're not actually hungry.
That's a different kind of hungry.
No, you might have an appetite. You might want to eat like a piece of chocolate or some chips or something that is comparatively unhealthy. But if you're actually hungry, you will eat the damn apple.
I'm still starving, but anyway, I like apples, but I don't like eating an apple by hand. And I will if I have to, but it's not my preference and I don't know why.
Imagine liking apples, but not as apples.
But it's just, I don't know what it is. It bothers me. But what I do
like... Is it the roundness?
I cannot tell you.
Is it the biting into something that is, by nature's wonderful design, perfectly grabbable with one hand, and then you just bite into it, and then you rotate it, and then you bite again?
I don't think that's what it is, but I don't know what it is. But just eating an apple like this annoys me.
Because the assholes in the movies eat apples like that. That's a trope. If you want to make a character look more like an asshole, you have them eat an apple in a scene. Because for some reason, I think it's something to do with the biting into it and the crunch of most apples. And then usually, what do you do with a seed or like the core thing at the end, right?
Well, that you just eat around technically. Like it's not even that big.
And then I carry it between two fingers until I can find a trash can. Yes, but usually the characters in the movies and just throw them away, which makes them even more of a dick because it's littering. Ultimately,
I think
eating
an
an
apple core is fine. That gets eaten by.
Still littering in most countries, including Germany. You're not allowed to throw an apple core into a forest.
Really?
Yes.
I would expect that just to get eaten by ants.
You can get fined for that.
Okay. Oh, good thing I don't eat apples.
The apple keeps Tifa away, ergo Tifa is a doctor. I never considered that before, and I don't like the implications of that.
That works, but it's biodegradable. Yeah, technically it is. Also, hi Dark Lord, how are you doing?
Welcome in.
I don't know, what is nice about an apple is when it is cut for you and into slices. I do like sliced apple. Sliced apple is nice. If you give me sliced apple, I shall eat the sliced apple. But I'm also, when I have an apple, I'm a bit lazy to actually cut the apple myself. Like cutting the apple and preparing it is also annoying.
So it's only 2 strikes against the apple. Because Tifa doesn't like eating the apple the way the apple is. And she is too lazy to slice it. Plus, if you slice it, you will need to use cutlery. You'll at least need a knife and something to put the thing on. Therefore, you create more dishes. So that's 3 strikes against apples.
Like, it's easily done, but I don't know what it is. So Jack, as adorable and precious as he is, was gonna cut the apple for me, which was really sweet. And he made apple art.
Apple bunnies.
Apple art, which was absolutely adorable.
Apple bunnies. Fuck you. Now you hurt my feelings. I try so hard to make them into apple bunnies. I remember somewhere in Higurashi, see, it's all full circle at this point. Somewhere in Higurashi there was a point where they talked about eating apple bunnies. And I didn't know how to do the cutting for that because I said this back then, I have never seen an apple bunny. So I watched a YouTube tutorial on how to cut apple bunnies. And so I did that and they turned out mediocre. You could tell what it was supposed to be, but the execution wasn't perfect. Still, you could tell that they're supposed to be apple bunnies.
I thought it was adorable.
You just called it apple art twice.
Apple bunnies.
Thank you.
But it was really sweet and the apple tasted delicious.
You mean the apple bunnies? There was a character in a video game that was very excited about bunnies. That's ever since we encountered that in that game that I will not mention because I don't remember if that's a spoiler. I was like, bunnies! I cannot say bunny normally anymore. Like even in like outside of streams in real life when we go to like a zoo or something, if there are rabbits, I go bunnies. I have issues.
But you're adorable and precious. So I also had an apple,
Apple...
bunnies.
Thank you.
And I'm still starving and wanting to roam like an animal.
And since I treated myself to some bake-at-home croissants this morning, but I only ate half a package because 6 is too many for one person, 3 was already enough. I offered Tifa to make her some chocolate croissants after stream.
True. You
But
also
only
said that.
after stream, because I know that if she eats them now, you're gonna hear stomach sounds even more than usual. And off throughout the stream probably.
Probably.
I do that for all of you. I keep Tifa starving for your entertainment. Can you tell how she is dropping weight by the second? Just like me.
Hey, I have.
That is true.
Slowly.
That is true.
But
Tifa has lost 9 kilos.
Yeah.
I
said
haven't
10
weighed
the
myself.
other day. I lied. It's 9.
It's 9. I haven't weighed myself because I don't want to look at the number, because if I look at the number and if it's not the number I want it to be, I'll be disappointed and it's going to demotivate me. But at the same time, I'm stupid and smart enough, equally, that if I just don't look at it, it doesn't affect me at all.
Yeah, but
It's all between the ears.
You've been focusing more on muscle gain and then
Yeah, because
weighing
I
yourself.
need them.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
then-
have any.
But then weighing yourself isn't the smartest idea to do to
Yeah.
measure.
I
Because
feel
usually
better.
the scale
That's the
goes
important part. Yeah, I feel like I can do more things with the body God gave me, so that's a plus.
But still, regarding apples,
Yes.
I take it from your reactions that it's just me.
Yeah, you are lazy and you have issues eating apples. Tifa also has issues eating citrus fruit, like oranges or mandarins, because she likes them, but she hates peeling them. And if you then go through the trouble of again being an adorable Jack and you take a mandarin and you peel it for her, and when you give her the mandarin, she will look at you like you want to poison her.
Well, to
Because
be fair,
you haven't removed all the white skin stuff on it. You know, not the peel itself that you've taken off, but there's still, I don't know
yeah, but
what
some are
the
extra veiny.
biological term is.
They're veins.
That veiny white stuff that is still usually stuck on the fruit. No, you have to remove that too. Preferably with a knife. You go like without
No, I
damaging
don't
the
expect
fruit.
people to just do that. I will peel them myself. But why I don't peel mandarins and stuff myself is because before I didn't have the nails for it, so I could not get in the skin, which means I had to bite in it, make a little hole in it, and then peel it off, which is like bleh because it's bitter. And then
Yes,
it's
of
like
course.
bleh, it ruins the flavor, and it's like I don't want it because I'm not gonna get a knife.
I'm sorry,
Secondly-
can we quickly recap this? Tifa doesn't like eating apples because she doesn't like the feeling of holding an apple and biting into it. But Tifa's idea of peeling an orange or mandarin was because she is a serious nail biter and doesn't have the nails to open the skin of a fruit, the peel, that's what I was looking for. She bites into the peel and then
Just use a spoon. No, it's about the dishes, Dark Lord. Dishes. Also, I asked
shall not
how
be
you're
doing.
doing, but then didn't go into it. Having my usual Sunday pie
last
breakfast.
week Dark Lord's boss had his birthday off. Congratulations to your boss. Late happy
How did you get
birthday.
today?
So today Dark Lord got off. Nice.
Oh.
I'm super happy for you. Please enjoy your, hopefully, at least your free Friday, maybe long weekend, depending on. Either way, a free day is nice. So-
Especially on Friday, long weekend.
Even though it's Friday, Dark Lord is having a usual Sunday pie breakfast with shake. What's the pie and what's the shake?
Sunday pie makes me feel like a meaty pie. No?
I'm not gonna lie, I knew Tifa wasn't gonna go for a dirty joke, but still somehow my mind braced for it. She's too innocent to get it. It's fine, Tifa. We all love you anyway. Let's get one of those apple cores that cuts out the core and into the slices. We could buy such a device.
But dishes. It
So
all
instead, Tifa, you now...
boils down to the dishes.
Instead of one device that does that for you, and I assume just press down on it, right? You now have to wash the knife I used to make your apple bunnies! And you have to wash a plate. You would think she used her fingers to eat the apple bunnies, but I didn't do that to her. And no, she doesn't have to wash a fork either. I put a toothpick in them. That's how you avoid dishes, if you eat small things with toothpicks. It's also a waste of toothpicks, but... I don't know what anime it was. I think it was Ranma Half, that I've seen 20 odd years ago. And one of the characters was given some sort of dessert, cake, snack looking thing, and they ate it with what looked like a toothpick. And ever since then, there is a certain enjoyment I get out of eating small, prickable things with toothpicks.
Sounds
I
like
cannot explain it.
any Dutch birthday party.
I
The
don't.
verjaardag, which I feel like is kind of dying out. But
I don't really do that with like blocks of cheese. For that, I usually just use my hands. But sometimes when I feel really fancy and we're having like cake or whatever, like imagine like a donut. I take the donut and I cut it into smaller chunks with a knife, and then I get a toothpick and then I pick up my donut pieces. Because, I don't know, it tickled some part of my lizard brain. I just like it.
I think it's the little bit of Dutch with deep within you.
No, I doubt that. Could be tons of things. Lots of Japanese desserts are stick-based. That's one way to put it. Get this Jen some dango. That's those colorful balls on sticks, right? Yes. What is in those?
There's an anime that has a song about dango in the outro.
Dangong Rampa?
No,
Come on, that was a good one!
it actually is now that I think it through.
Nah,
But I can't think of what it is.
I
anymore.
cast my pearls before this swine. I'm sure you all thought this was amazing.
But it's more on a stick though, not an actual toothpick. And in the Netherlands, if you have your birthday and you prepare a plate, it has like some sausage, cheese, or different types of sausage, maybe different types of cheese cut into blocks, and it has a toothpick in each piece, usually with a flag on it as well to make it official.
Of course. Otherwise you don't know that you're in the Netherlands.
I mean, it's common to have the ones with the flag. I'm not sure why it always had to be a flag.
It's kind of like different colorful cups at parties. This way you know which flag was yours and then you can reuse it.
No, but it's always not the same flag.
Oh, well, I would use different colors for flags, one for each guest.
But then you need to...
Have as many different colors as people coming over?
Yeah, then you need to find a bag
Tifa,
that has all types of flags.
No, Tifa, I don't have friends, I don't have that issue. If I make that plate, I will need 2 flags, one for you and one for me. That's not that difficult to make happen.
I think I'll do without the flag, it's okay.
Fair enough. They're made of mochi and they're from Clannad. I still haven't seen that.
That could very much be...
Do they get... do they just get coated and stuff, or do they put things into the different mochi to give them a different color and then give them a different flavor?
Lots of different ones.
I would imagine that stuff is put in the dough, right? So that like the pink one has a different flavor from the white one and from the green one, and then they put some sort of sweet sauce over it.
It's coated in like a paste.
I would like to eat that. I also love a Happy Dango Family song.
I seriously cannot think of the name. Like in the back of my mind, I see the scenes in front of me, but when I try to like...
It is Clannad.
That actually does look extremely familiar, yeah.
Yeah, Clannad ending song with lyrics.
That's exactly it, and I don't remember anything from that anime. Besides the name.
I remember, I need to Google Clannad really quick. Just the images, don't worry, I'm not gonna spoil anything for myself or you. Yeah, I don't like the art style. There is something about the eyes being very far apart on the characters that looks very off to me. It reminds me of fish. There's some fish where if you look at them from the front, the eyes are like... It's like...
I feel like Clannad is just in like the anime starting pack for a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, I don't imagine it's horrible because it's considered a classic and I've heard about it for ages, but Something about that art style that makes me go,
I know I've seen it, because the only thing I remember, like I said, is the outro. I fully get what you're saying though, but I cannot remember a single thing. So I can't say whether that's a good or a bad thing.
I couldn't tell you. It's one of the classic dating sims. I didn't know that was a plot. Okay. So the pink one is strawberry, the green one is your favorite, matcha. Hey, pure matcha I think is vile and evil. Maybe there's other stuff in it that makes it nice. Maybe the combination with a mochi dough and I assume some sugar or something sweet at least makes it nice. I haven't tried plain matcha with just something to sweeten it yet. Still need to do that.
True, we haven't tried to make a nice drink for you yet.
I like it in ginger lemon tea when it's cold. That's not something I can drink permanently because it gets to my stomach at some point.
I'm gonna pass.
All there is to know is her favorite song is the Happy Dango family song from a commercial for Dango, which makes her a bit strange. I think that sounds adorable. I'll sometimes turn the sugar into a syrup and pour it over the Dango and it harden into a clear shell. That could be nice. First you have this like crystalline crunch of the caramelized sugar. And then you have, I assume, the soft chewiness of a mochi.
Did I already say that I'm starving?
Yeah, thank you, Darklord. Tell us more. How was your pie and shake coming along?
I don't know what it is today. I went to have my protein stolen again today.
You need your protein stolen?
Yeah.
What?
I went to donate some more plasma today.
You went to donate twice in a week?
Yeah.
Why?
Maybe that's why I'm starving.
Probably, because your body is trying to tell you something.
Protein is missing.
Are you gonna be strong? Proteinstollen? That's a type of Christmas confectionery of cake, technically.
Do still have a stollen in the freezer from last year.
Real quick, last thing about food. And then I will try to find a segue into the recap.
Or part of a stollen.
My grandmother is almost 90? She's turning 90 in 3 weeks, I think. Yeah, she will turn 90 soon. And her eyesight is basically all gone for various reasons. So last year, for the first time in forever, she asked my dad, hey, when it's around Christmas, can you come over and I tell you how I make the Stollen. The Americans would call this fruitcake, apparently.
She used to bake several.
Yes. And they were really good.
They were really good.
I like them better than the store-bought ones, and I cannot tell you if I'm biased because I grew up with my grandmother's Stollen, or because they're just better.
I did not grow up on either.
More to my liking.
And I can tell you they were delicious.
Okay, thank you. Not too sweet, lots of different stuff in there to give you like different flavors and textures, which I enjoy. So she asked my dad to come over. She told him how to make it, she told him the ingredients, she told him the measures and everything. My father is, as I have explained with many examples before, a wondrous being. So when he was told how to make the dough, he did that as per her instructions. And then she told him that as a super special ingredient, she always adds like 1 shot of rum for the whole cake.
And it's like a big one, by the way.
Yeah. Plus it bakes out so you don't get drunk of it, it's just rum aroma at that point that's left. My father, in his near-on infinite wisdom, thought, if the secret ingredient is 1 shot of rum for the whole cake, why don't I add a whole glass, like a water glass, which is like 6, 7, 8 times the amount. So without her being able to tell, because she cannot see at all really anymore, she can still see like shapes and stuff, but not like this level where she could tell, he just added a whole glass of rum.
It's very rummy.
She then told him, hey, how much rum did you add? Because, I mean, my senses are basically gone, but I can smell rum in the air. No, did you knock it over? Like, is the bottle still open? This is weird. No, it's fine. Baking is a science. If you change the ratio of ingredients, the product is going to come out different. Case in point, his dough was very wet. The alcohol evaporates at some point, but not quickly enough to have not left an impact. So now we were given, graciously, thankfully, a Stollen, the whole thing, which tastes of basically nothing but rum.
A bit much, yeah. But I gotta say, he did get the perfect gooiness in it.
Yeah, it's gooey because there's more liquid. But also because he added this much more liquid, he also had to bake it longer. So when we take a piece out of a freezer, we have to cut off like the bottom quarter of an inch, like half a centimeter, because that's just burned, because they had to leave it in the oven longer for the rest of the thing to cook.
Well, he tried.
I told him to please stick to the recipe next time.
I told him to not do it next year, and because I told him, it's something you will probably remember.
That's true. If I say this is not a good idea, then it doesn't matter. If Tifa does it, of course. It's a message from the angels.
But I think half is still in the freezer.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
How often do you feel like having a mouthful of dough that tastes basically only of rum? I don't have that much. I had a cake like that once, but with wheat, so it tasted worse.
But then it starts to not taste nice either.
Okay. For no particular reason, I believe I'm a weirdo and I like the taste of wheat. Not that I could explain to you why.
Have you ever had like wheat lollipops?
No.
They're disgusting.
No, I haven't. Just saying. But if it was that strong, I imagine, and it, okay, that was gonna be my follow-up question, and it didn't get me high either. That's the worst, so you only had the flavor which you didn't even enjoy, and it didn't even have the intended effect. I assume it was intended. Why else would you bake wheat into something?
You just chew them, check a special.
No. Oh wait, that stuff's legal now. I once had a wheat brownie. What? I'm old!
You said you just like to chew on wheat. That is not the same.
No, somebody once gave me a wheat brownie. And I loved it.
Yeah, but it's different. It's about how do you set it.
Fair, but I'm telling you the real story. And I've never slept better for the next 3 days. I was so fucking high.
And I was so annoyed and kind of pissed off because I've been wanting to eat them for years. Actual years. And Jack always got annoyed and mad at me that I want to eat edibles and that I shouldn't do that and it's not healthy. And then he goes off and has them without me. Yeah.
I'm a bad person.
Yes, you are.
I apologize. I'm sorry.
That doesn't make it better.
I cannot undo what has been done, Tifa.
It's like 5 years ago and I'm still annoyed at it.
It wasn't 5 years ago because 5 years ago that wasn't legal.
5 days ago and I'm still annoyed. Years, days, potato.
You know, when you eat a wheat brownie like I have, time just becomes a blur. No, but for real, I slept the best I've ever slept. And only then did I understand why some people go, yeah, it helps me sleep. I was like, I grew up with like PSAs and kids shows and parents that told me all drugs are evil. The moment you touch drugs, you're a piece of shit human, you don't deserve to live. All the worst things. And it took me a lot of time in my life to realize that's not the case. That's not necessarily true. Yes, people get addicted. Yes, that's a horrible thing. There's plenty of history in my family with that. But just because you do something recreationally, preferably, it doesn't make you a worse person. And when people say weed helps me sleep, they are not necessarily lying. I slept so well. I never had that. I laid down and I was gone. And then I woke up and I felt refreshed. Didn't wake up in between, didn't have any weird nightmares, no weird dreams, just conked out. What's the German word for weed? Weed. It's all the same words as in English too, just you pronounce them in German. Marijuana, like Mary Jane, weed. Depends on the type, I think. I'm not that knowledgeable. Shockingly. It's not water soluble, you have to cook it in oil. That's what I've been told. I didn't make it myself.
Maybe I'll order some at some point.
But
Eat them myself.
But you know what is water soluble? Exactly. Tifa's wonderful recaps. Hey Tifa, what has happened the last time we played Higurashi Renwei Weed, Chapter 8, Matsuribayashi?
Last time we played...
have finally finished the part of Chapter 8 that dealt with all the fragments. The little pieces of the different worlds. We have looked at the last ones. The final revelations were that Takano is incredibly angry at everybody and has sworn revenge on the world for all that's been done to her grandfather and her own research. And apparently the voice in the void between the worlds and the spirit of Hanyu, who apparently is the other voice that is now there, realized, that's it, let's go look at each chapter one final time and then head into the Matsuribayashi fragment, because there needs to be a solution to this, a perfect June 1983. But if we look at that final fragment, the Matsuribayashi fragment, there's no turning back. Do we have everything we could possibly have? Wait, there's but one more thing. So apparently...
I feel like you're taking the very long way around.
Time is diluted for me. For some reason, I don't know why. For some reason, when looking at the totality of all the knowledge in these fragments, Hanyu realized that back in chapter 4, there was something we didn't get to see yet. And she found that fragment and we got to look at it. So it turns out, after the events of chapter 4, where Akasaka went to Hinamizawa, his wife died, and then eventually Rika died and all of this stuff happened. Before he went and met Ooishi and they had their little adventure at the end of chapter 4, there was a time in between, where Akasaka became the embodiment of every single action movie character from the 80s and 90s.
Basically, yeah.
He got so...
Turn into Batman.
Batman, that he is able to punch people so hard and so fast you don't see him move, but people just float. Effectively, we've got a scene where he goes all Rambo, then he's at a dojo, he works out, and then he lets out a primal roar, begging fate to get a chance to do it all over again, because he would save his wife and he would save Rika and he would fix it all. And that wish transcends time and space, and Hanyu hears it, and Hanyu talks to him. If you believe this, I need you to give us your power. I need you to keep believing this, because I cannot undo what has been done to you, what has happened to you. But somehow you will be able to fight alongside us. So
well,
now
she said that she can make him aware in a different time,
yes.
Whatever
well,
that will mean when we get there.
Meant. And now we have everything. All the players, effectively every character of note will somehow have to help us achieve our perfect June of 1983. And here we are. It is apparently a school day again, and Chie is about to tell the class something. We don't know when exactly in June 1983 we are. Let's see how much time we have, and let's see if we can all piece it together so that it works out.
One last time.
Beautiful, Tifa. Thank you for your recap.
You're welcome.
Wasn't she great? Thank you, hon.
As always.
I don't know why, but lately I felt the need to just do the recaps myself, because I've been so disappointed in yours.
Excuse me? I have done amazing recaps lately, and now you suddenly feel the need to take over?
Yeah, they were amazing as usual,
great?
because I've been doing them lately.
No. Yours are so long.
Oh,
Tifa did a great job as always. Thank you.
It's a Higurashi's. Doo-doo. Click. Ooh, there was a cool sound effect when we loaded the game. Same brain cell. Nice. One more sip of my cold coffee. Without anything this time. Last time, on stream, I drank a hot black tea with honey. This time, just a little bit of black coffee. Nothing, hopefully, to make my mouth dry, so I fill up my words less. It's
Maybe
not gonna
use
help.
less words. Less words is less throat dry.
That made me cry. My
It
eyes are
actually
tearing.
does.
That hurt my feelings.
What do you mean talk less?
This is the only time people ever choose to listen to me. I think most of them are only here for you, but I'm okay with that.
Okay, everyone. Homeroom is starting. No more chit-chatting. Class rep, go ahead. All rise. Bow. I find this so awkward to say. All rise. Bow.
I prefer other side
Praise the flag.
dishes. I'm a noodles kind of guy. Good morning.
Sit down.
I'm still crying.
Rattle.
Excuse you?
Nope. I thought you were busy crying.
Same, but I can still do sound effects. I don't need my eyes for that. Rattle.
It's an ordinary morning.
I think Rika.
The only difference is that it started a little later than usual. Chie-sensei normally arrives in the classroom right away, but she's a little late today.
She was probably thinking about curry. As I am right now, because I'm also hungry for some reason.
Why was she late for homeroom? The rumors were already stirring about the classroom before she arrived.
Is she late because Teppei has returned?
Keiichi is moving over, or Keiichi is transferring today.
Oh, possible.
Chie-sensei gave a cue, and a girl peeked in the room timidly.
A girl?
Oh, this is Reina moving. Oh, it's Hanyu!
No way! Okay.
It is Hanyu.
Okay. We're doing this for real. Oh my god, Tifa, she became a real girl.
How though? How can she suddenly choose to be... Well, I guess she's a deity.
It's Girl Cage. And there's nothing wrong with that if that's what he wants.
I think we need to stop asking questions about something supernatural.
I think Hanyu had this ability the entire time, just always chose to be she started believing, exactly.
Yeah.
So basically...
So she's been lonely for thousands of years without her having to. Because that was the whole thing. Oh, I don't want you to keep going because then I'll be lonely and no one can see me. You know, that was the whole thing.
You have a point.
The whole thing was that she wanted to stay with Rika because Rika's the only one who could see her. And now in chapter 8, it's like, hey neighbor, hey milkman, like everyone can see her.
No. I can tell you why this is happening. I'm writing this down so that I can claim this as a prediction. I believe my OneNote file doesn't want to work.
That her believing really is enough.
Why can't I create a new line? Now I can. What day is today? Can't see the screen. 10. Rika believing hard enough is what enables Hanyu to become visible to others.
But she believed in chapter 7.
No, she didn't. She was wavering. She started believing. Not good enough. Not strong enough yet. Or Hanyu stands for a person who couldn't interact with other people and finally got out of a shell, you know, symbolically. Or like us, the players?
That could also be, I guess.
I wish we had Higurashi in literature class. Possible. I think, however, that Hanyu's abilities depend on Rika's powers. Because Rika is the reincarnation of Oyashiro-sama, and I think that counts for something. I think there is actually some meaning to that. So Hanyu has abilities of her own as well, but Rika has them too. Not as Rika, but Rika has them because she also happens to be the reincarnation of Oyashiro-sama. From a philosophical lens. Yeah, fair enough.
From now
I like it. If that's what they go with, I'm perfectly fine with it. Oh wait, I'm still in my phone.
This is a new student, Hanyu Furude-san.
Furude, you say?
She's going to be joining us starting today.
Wow! Oh my god,
What a cute girl!
I want to touch her horns.
The voices of welcome, delight and surprise all mixed together and filled the classroom. Furude? Is she related to Rika-chan? Yes, she is. She's my distant relative. She's my 6th cousin.
4 million times removed. Yeah, you know, like 500 generations ago there was one split in the branch of the family.
My, that's quite a surprise, even to me. I was uninformed that Rika had relatives.
I love Satoko so much.
Hey, this old man didn't know either. Well, the 3 families are rather complicated.
Don't question it.
I wouldn't be surprised if I had distant relatives myself. But she sure does look related to Rika-chan. What a cutie!
I want to touch her horns.
I hope she doesn't get too many lines this chapter. She's too high-pitched.
I hope she gets all the lines, just to mess with Tifa's throat. No, that would be annoying.
All my classmates had gotten excited.
Don't worry about it. Yeah, exactly. It's good. It's perfect.
The new girl looked rather intimidated by it all. Also, where do you have your mouse? How about you get off of that perf?
You cannot see that, but the mouse cursor was on the left boobage of Chie-sensei. Right in the curry area, if you want. Okay, Rika doesn't talk about herself like this, so I guess this was Keiichi after all.
Go for it.
Rika-chan is rather carefree, but this Hanyu seems like the complete opposite. She's more like a shy woodland animal. Yeah, Tifa, you strike me more of a North African steppe kinda animal.
I think I would strike people as a goldfish.
Nah. If anything, a majestic coin.
I mean, I do act like that around food.
That's true. The exact type that Rena loves. Look, see? Rena is ready to swallow her whole. Oh.
Suddenly 4.
Of course, Tifa has to go there. I was thinking more like Kirby. Like Rena goes, and then Hanyu gets sucked in, and then Rena goes, ploop, and then the horns.
Little horns.
Yeah, that would be adorable. The beautiful steppes of North Africa. I don't know my geography that well. And North Africa is mostly desert, right? That's where the Sahara is, I think. Clearly, I know my stuff.
Okay, Hanyu-san, please introduce yourself. Settle down, everyone. Go ahead, Hanyu-san.
Quick question. When Hanyu introduces herself, shouldn't she say her name is Hanmi? It took me until now to figure this one. Chie-sensei left the podium and encouraged Hanyu to take over.
I give it like a solid 7, the more I think about it.
Right, real quick, character art. The remake art gives me Planet vibes. I don't love it. Her head is way too big for that body.
She looks too young, like a 5-year-old.
She looks like she swallowed a lot of helium. That head is very big.
Oh, she looks so sad there.
Now I get the woodland animal. Yeah, true. She looks like a hamster running for her life.
Even her flesh mittens look sad.
That's true. Yeah, console art's still my favorite. I'm biased. The even greater pressure of the sounds left her standing there timidly for a little bit. Well, that's understandable. It's very nerve-wracking to watch, bro.
I'm Hanyu Furude. I'm Rika's relative.
You said that already.
Beep. She's my relative.
Oh, Hanyu is actually taller than her.
Please be nice to her. It's the mini skirt, makes her look taller.
I was gonna say, that skirt is short, isn't it? That looks very short. I mean, it's summer. Rika-chan can tell that she's too nervous to introduce herself. Herself. Rika-chan can tell that she's too nervous to introduce herself. She's right to break the silence. Pressuring her like that isn't fair, which is why I decided to make it more lively.
You're called Furude, just like Rika-chan, huh? Now we have 2 Furudes in this class. Then how about we call her Hanyu-san?
Genius idea, calling people by their names.
If we call her Furude-san, Rika might think we're addressing her, don't you think?
We generally call each other by our first names here. She's one of us starting today, so we should call her by her first name too.
Okay, it's decided. We'll call you Hanyu. I'm Mian Sonozaki, the class president. Call me Mian, okay? I am Satoko Hojo. Very pleased to meet you, Hanyu-san.
I'm Daiki Tomita. My parents own a tofu shop. Please come by any time.
Oh, it's his parents. I'm Suguru Okamura. Please ask me if you don't know anything.
I don't know shit, can I always ask you?
Alright. Let's be friends, okay? What grade are you in?
This one. this is the school Hinamizawa.
Yes.
Aren't we all kind of in the same one?
Yes.
What grade are you in? Yes. Hinamizawa. Our classmates fell over each other to introduce themselves. Everyone tried to get her to remember their names so they could be friends. A friendly atmosphere swelled in the room. They introduced themselves so well, the last one was called Girl. To be fair, I struggle with remembering people's names. And it's not because I don't care, I just need a good week usually, or at least 3-4 encounters, until I can remember somebody's name and their face go together. I would probably be boy at that point as well. I've only just transferred recently myself, but this is exactly how it was on my first day too. I remember how nervous I was and how much I appreciated this as a result. I know more than anyone how nerve-wracking it is to be the new student. I should look after her.
I agree. We'll have to help her blend into the class quickly.
Since Tifa, for some reason unpromptedly earlier brought up war, the moment Keiichi went, we should help her blend into the class, my mind took a very dark path. Then again, it's Higurashi. It's probably not the worst thing that can happen to these characters. Right, you were a new student last year, huh? Were you nervous on your first day too?
Yep. But Mi-chan and the others were so nice to me that I got used to the class pretty quickly.
I love his whimsical music.
Well, yeah.
Maybe this happens in another fragment. I wouldn't be shocked.
It's the one we don't need to see.
Honestly, from a giving fans the room to make fan fiction, something like Higurashi is an amazing setting. Because you can just go, well, we saw 8 chapters of a story. We know Rika has been through many different lives. Literally any story I can come up with could have happened. And it can be as whimsical and beautiful and quiet and nice, or as completely humanly fucked up as you can possibly imagine at the same time. The only thing that matters, if I want to stay canonical, is that no matter how nice my story is, in the end Rika needs to die. Just saying. And then it could still fold into the regular lore and canon of the main 8 games. You can't say it isn't canon, exactly. We just don't know. There's tons of possibilities, indeed.
To welcome a newcomer to the village is one of the 3 families' important duties.
You only mention the 3 families when it suits your purposes, but it's true that you all helped me get used to such a different environment.
In that case, doesn't that mean it's your turn to look after her, Kei-chan?
Yeah, I thought so too. Irina was a new student, but she looked after me when I got here. So it's my turn to look after the next new student. Beautiful logic. An infinite sea of Kakera. Dark Lord, you are correct, and I have begun much earlier to understand that Kakera means fragment. But as a native German speaker, Kakera sounds an awful lot like poop in German. Kacke. So every time I see that, and if I see a sentence like an infinite sea of Kakera, my mind goes like, yeah,
That's a lot of poop.
an infinite sea of shit. A new student always dramatically changes the atmosphere of a class. Even my attitude has changed. We decided to gather around Hanyu during lunch break. Gotta find a a diamond in there. Yeah,
I wouldn't go through the trouble of searching a demon in there.
a demon, no, but you have found a diamond in a sea of shit.
Me. The most beautiful one.
Sparkle.
Meep.
An
Okay.
infinite mist of. That's not better.
Okay. Remember, you can only ask Hanyu one question each, okay?
What?
It's introduction round.
Oh.
Why don't we ask her some personal questions so we get to know her better? Let's see, who'll be the first to go?
What is your favorite food?
Wine.
No, that's. This is why I think Oyashiro-sama is still gonna appear as his own character. Oyashiro-sama likes to get drunk, I think. I don't think that's a Rika trait specifically.
Well, makes sense with what she's gone through. I like sweets. My favorite kind are cream puffs.
I knew it.
Oh, that's wonderful. I love cream puffs too. There's a very good sweet shop in Okonomiya. I'll take you there sometime.
Is it Angel More? Tifa, quick question. Is your mother Hanyu or Satoko? Because your mom also likes cream puffs.
Who doesn't like cream puffs?
Me.
What?
I find them incredibly overrated. We're talking about the stuff that's true pastry, baked and then filled with whipped cream. I don't think they should go. They should not go to Angel More for many reasons. I just don't love them.
I don't know. I really like cream puffs. Do I go out of my way to buy them? No, but if you give me a plate, I will devour them.
They leave me with a stomach ache. I think it's something about the amount of air in them.
I used to love the ones from the freezer at the Lidl.
Yeah,
And then
when you
you
eat them
eat
when they're
them-
not fully unfrozen yet, so it's kind
Yeah.
of like
ice cream.
like cream ice cream in it. Yeah, that also gave me a stomach ache.
I mean, fair. I get that you don't like them. Then.
I just like other things more, really. Profiteroles. That's a very fancy word for cream puffs.
I'll go with cream puffs. That seems easier. Okay, boys, did you hear all that? If you want Hanyu to like you, get her some cream puffs, okay? Not the cheap ones, though. Get her something expensive.
Yes, buy her love.
Let's see, who's next? If there's no one else, I'll ask what color her underwear is today.
I was waiting for it. I was waiting for that question to come up. I even had an answer already. White and light blue striped. Everyone kept asking Hanyu questions and she looked all panicky again. I guess this is like a traditional ceremony for a new student. I remember this is exactly how my first day went. How the fuck do you know?
He already thought of that question the moment before they started the question rounds. No?
I was. Isn't that the standard in these moments?
No.
Like, yes.
No.
Yes. Tifa,
Only you.
I have consumed enough of traditional Japanese media to have some experience which was good.
I'm with the sus here. Hey, Dark Lord.
Dark Lord, congratulations on the hatchling. That's very true. Please enjoy your chick.
Now you gotta take care of him.
Sus. Not really. Mion and Satoko seem amused, so it must be the same for them too. I noticed Reina watching the scene before her with a distant look in her eyes. She's probably remembering her first day too. Are you recalling what it was like?
Huh?
No, she was imagining the underwear.
Yeah.
Were you thinking about something else? You aren't thinking about taking Hanyu home, are you?
Only her underwear. No way! I'm not thinking that since Hanyu-chan likes cream puffs. Since I have some good cream puffs at home, that she should come over or anything like that.
That's so stupid.
But Ranger should.
Exactly, Ranger. Come over, we have cream puffs together. How are you doing?
How are you doing, Ranger?
Tifa, sit like a human.
I am already sitting like a human, I think.
Can confirm this is pretty much the best you can do without putting a pillow in her lumbar area. Yep.
I'm very straight, but thank you.
That's a line that has more than one use in life in certain circumstances.
Does it?
Yeah. Like when a guy hits on me. I'm very straight, but thank you.
Oh, well.
Yeah. Don't go with Reina to a secondary location. It's fine. She will protect you from it.
She has cream puffs.
Cream chop? What? Cream chop?
Enjoying lunch. Well, food keeps coming up. I am so hungry. Gonna have something during lunch. Or during the break.
You should have lunch when you have lunch.
Lunch. Kelly just left for a wedding again. What you having for lunch?
Yes, please tell us so that Tifa's stomach can get even emptier.
I'm taking her home with me.
If she doesn't come to school tomorrow, it'll be your fault, Reina.
That's mean.
Those delayed laughs. I'll never get over. Turkey sandwich for me? Nothing crazy.
That
Classic.
sounds really nice.
Sounds nice. Sounds nice. I dig it. So we watched Hanyu and our classmates have fun. Reina and I laughed together.
Hey, Keiichi-kun? This sure is great, huh?
Yeah, it is. It's great to meet a new classmate.
No, not that I mean. I think I've seen her a few times before.
Hanyu? Maybe you saw her when she and her family came to look at the area before we moved here. You sure have a good memory, Reina.
No, that's not like that.
Keiichi just casually mansplaining Reina's memories to her.
It's not mansplaining. Why are so many things mansplaining to you when
Because
they're not?
that's how I read the line, Tifa.
That is so not mansplaining.
Yeah,
No,
Reina.
that's not like that. Hanyu-chan has been here for a long time. She's been right beside us all the time, watching us play together. For ages now. Now we're going crazy.
We're not going crazy, we're accessing memories we shouldn't technically have.
Huh? Is it just me? Didn't you notice, Keiichi-kun?
No, I haven't seen her before. So, are you saying that you've met her before, Reina? From what I can see, this is the first time Mion and Satoko have met Hanyu. If she's been that close to us, like Reina said, it's impossible that none of us would remember her. Are you sure? Besides, Hanyu is a transfer student. She couldn't have been here in this village that often.
Do you think so? I swear I've seen her pretty often.
It's your imagination. Even Hanyu just said she was living far away before she moved here.
But I've seen her before.
She helped me break a ton of windows one time. She's a total badass. Yep, that's how she grew her horns. Reina looked like she was trying to remember more. It's probably one of those deja vu experiences. Although it is the first time you see something, it feels like you've seen it before. Oh, well, just forget about it. She's here now, right?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. She always seems so eager to join us. So I'm glad that she's one of us now.
Irina smiled with tears in her eyes. One When I looked over at her, Rika-chan was wearing the same expression. It made no sense to me why those two looked that way. But as soon as Satoko came over and pulled a prank on me, I forgot all about it. Okay. Skinner, welcome and congrats on being first, second and third spiting yourself, as you were doing.
How you doing, Skinner?
See you later!
Alligator.
These are the two words that signal the best time of a school day. As soon as the last period ended, my classmates ran out of the room. Hanyu was popular all day today. She's Rika-chan's age, so all the lower grade students gathered around her. Older students like me and Mion didn't have a chance to get close to her.
Well, I'm sure they'd rather have a new student who's their age than a scary looking older guy. Yeah, you know, like the anime high schoolers that look like they're 35.
Isn't that usually a thing in like American TV productions? Where everybody looks a little bit like they're older than the characters they're supposed to play, and then you look them up and you're like, holy shit, this person is 35. Okay, they don't look 35, I do buy that, but damn.
Yeah. Somehow it's quite often realistic.
Tell me more about this tongue and thumb. What?
Jack posted a meme on Discord today, which was like last day since you've eaten your prime minister. And with the Dutch, it was like 128,000, 100 something days.
With all the other countries presented by the United Nations, I think it was just infinite, because that hasn't happened. And with the Dutch, there's an actual number, and they just give each other a dirty look. Yeah.
Because in the 1600s, the Dutch actually did kill their prime minister and supposedly ate part of him. And a part of his thumb and tongue are still displayed in a museum in The Hague. So I posted that fun fact, and I was gonna post some pictures too, but then Jack was like, nobody wants to see pictures.
Yes, Tifa, because I've seen the pictures and I'd rather not.
It's just a dried out tongue and thumb.
Good for them.
But yeah, that is apparently what has remained.
But did he taste good?
I'm sure he tasted like betrayal.
Apparently. I believe it's to do with child protection laws regulations. If a show movie is of a certain nature, when America remade Skins, all the teens were already adults. When America remade Skins? Is Skins the name of a show or movie? If so, I haven't seen it, but the phrase when America remade Skins carries something. Somehow. Skins is a British TV show. Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
I have a feeling that with series, it doesn't have anything to do with laws and regulations, but with them growing up. Like, especially if you have several seasons, you want them to change as little as possible in between.
True, especially if it for some reason takes you 8 million years between seasons. Stranger Things.
Because in a lot of movies, they do have teenage actors. Like,
yeah.
Not all of them are 35, but I feel like in series it's more the case that they are older.
Mm-hmm.
And the only logical explanation I can think of is the time it takes in between.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, even if you don't want them to... Like, if you cannot film with people who are actually 12, let's say, you could still get somebody who's 18 but looks 12 versus somebody who's 35 and looks 25. Hopefully, but revenge is a dish best served with a prime minister. Apparently. Tifa, can I put the cannibalism tag thing away now, or...?
It's quite an interesting story, but...
It really isn't.
You can put it away. I can post it.
No, you cannot. Turns out real teens aren't good at acting. That's true. Not teens, but being a good child actor is insanely hard. Because they are super young and they haven't had the experience, because how could they? They're super young. Like, good luck finding a 5-year-old that can act like a 5-year-old. Like you would assume them to be on camera, at least. Good at acting up, am I right? Potentially, yes.
So, Skins is the show that launched quite a few actors like Dev Patel, Slumdog Millionaire, Jack O'Connell, Sinner's Empire doesn't ring a bell, Kaya Scodelario, Claire in a Resident Evil movie. None of it. Well, I know Slumdog Millionaire, the movie.
From the names you mentioned, I know Dev Patel.
I know the series too, but I've never actually watched it.
And Nicholas Hoult was on the series as well. Or was on a series as well. Okay, that guy I know.
Also doesn't ring a bell.
Lex Luthor in Superman. The bald bad guy. You haven't seen the movie too long ago, Tiva.
I'm trying to think of a bald guy that was in it.
The evil guy!
I don't see a face anymore. Jacob said hello. Say hi to Jacob.
I said break! No, that's actually not a bad idea, Benjamin, but in a moment.
It is indeed time.
Tifa first has to tell you that all bald people look the same.
Oh, I don't remember a bald guy in the movie. So I can't even say that they look the same because I don't remember the bald guy in the movie.
Jack O'Connell was the white dude in Sinners, the vampire.
I also haven't seen that.
Skinner, you know I don't see color. No, I don't remember. Tifa, please.
What do you mean, Tifa, please? How am I supposed to know who they are?
How should I remember one of the two most important main characters of a really big movie I've just recently seen? Yeah.
I remember there was a puppy in it.
That wasn't a puppy, that was a big dog. The one without hair, yeah. There was only one bald guy that had lines, I think, in Superman, and that was Lex Luthor.
If I see a picture, it probably rings a bell. So we also saw Sinners not too long ago.
That is true, but Sinners has a lot of characters, and in Superman there's like 5. Which I think is easier. Tifa is now googling what Sinners is. Tifa, I have a beautiful idea. Let's take a short break because Benjima is here and he demands we take a break. Plus I kinda gotta pee. Then you can pretend you didn't just look up Sinners and Nicholas Hoult, and then we come back and we act like we always knew and all of this was just a joke.
Now that I see the pictures of Sinners, I do indeed remember watching that. See, I just need the visual.
Tifa is a visual learner here. Yeah. There was also Beast in the new X-Men films we haven't seen most.
I'm glad you said it, because I was gonna say I've never seen it, and then someone would come like, ah, Tifa, we watched that recently, and no, I'm pretty sure I didn't.
Not the new X-Men movies. I haven't seen them, so I just assume Tifa hasn't either. Meanwhile, Greg. BRB.
We are back.
We are, and Tifa still has no idea who Nicholas Hoult was.
I know. It took me a second, but I do know. It's the bald guy.
That's what I told you.
It wasn't clear when all of you guys said it. You know, he's the one without the hair. Also, Vic, I hope I pronounced that correctly. Thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate it. How you doing?
What she said. And I think it's... Is it Vike? Is it... VYYK3. Welcome in. There you go. It's Jacob. No, it's VYYK3. Hello, Jacob. Happy to have you. How are you doing?
How are you doing, Jacob? That is much easier.
Indeed. Thank you very much. Also, no, I have not seen Days of Future Past, and I don't think I need to. Benjima and Skinner were talking about me having not watched yet another Marvel-ish movie. I say Marvel-ish, I know they're Marvel characters, but they were made by Fox, so it's not really Marvel.
Doesn't ring a bell right now.
Finnish, maybe one day. Vike from Elden Ring, I believe. I know the character, I don't recall how the name is pronounced, but thank you, that makes sense. Don't worry about Apocalypse because it's a letdown. I do generally not worry about the Apocalypse. Is that another movie? Because I haven't seen that one either.
Wow, you're so behind on movies.
Yes.
We all went for Korean hot dogs today. Which types did you have? I didn't see any pictures come by.
Jacob, I would like to point out to you that your dad and Skinner, when we met a while ago, told us not to get Korean corn dogs because they wouldn't be good. And now they went without us. Since I'm not in range to maybe give him a stern talking to, I wouldn't mind if you did that for us.
I still have...
I did not say that. You didn't stop Skinner from spouting his nonsense.
I still did not have one since this day.
It's actually the person who suggested it. Not enough. To be fair, it's a Korean fast food place.
So?
You took that away from Tifa, Skinner. And that's why I don't watch those movies.
You said corn dogs are trash. Yeah, exactly. But how do I know?
Exactly. Thanks, Skinner. Everybody will point at Skinner and tell him that it's nice of him to tell us to not eat something that he doesn't enjoy.
To be fair, it's kind of on me that I still never tried one. Because I've had the chance once, but one was like $9. And I didn't, and I was too cheap as I usually am. And I was like, nah, this can't be $9. But ever since then, there's regret.
Apparently, we all agree that Korean corn dogs are amazing. Which we didn't get because of Skinner. Did I mention it? Yeah.
Wow, Skinner. I'm gonna hold a grudge for this one.
Should we ban him? You know what's also amazing? Tifa reading a line.
Press A. That's right. You looked so scary at first, Keiichi-kun. It was probably because you were nervous.
When has he ever looked scary? Maybe once, when he went full delusional and battered a dude off of a moped.
It can be intimidating at first in general. And then everyone has their resting bitch face on while they look at you.
I just generally have resting bitch face.
Yeah, exactly.
I trained myself to have it. I wasn't born like that. I took Kyoto Chipotle. That is true.
But I could have had Chipotle and a Korean corn dog.
Exactly. Thanks, Skinner. Hey, that's mean. I was trying to be friendly so I could get along with the class.
You are far from friendly. You slapped me upside the head on your first date, Keiichi-san. Don't you recall?
That is true. I actually remember that because that's when she played the prank with thumbtacks.
I don't remember which prank that was.
I think he sat on those.
I don't think so.
You mean the first thing that happened to Higurashi? I don't know. That's because of how I was treated on my very first day. There was a thumbtack on the seat of my chair and even a frog in my desk. See? I told you. I remember it happened like 1.5 years ago for us.
You know what I remember? That honey chicken from Chipotle. That was so good. I would absolutely like that again.
Next person mentioning food gets banned.
It was just so much better than I expected,
That's a joke.
actually.
You don't need to do it. I'm not gonna do it. I would like to though.
We heard there was a new student in the teacher's office, so we were there to take a peek. We saw you there, and you looked so nervous that Satoko must have thought she had to do something to help you relax.
That's some banging chicken.
Wait, is
I don't think you should eat chicken while it's fornicating. I feel that's rude. Just generally. I mean, people eat animals, that's one thing, but to eat them mid-coitus? Really? How do you deep fry that? Literally, there's a...
I don't think I'm gonna answer. He's a child.
Clearly not. If you take your kid to eat banging chicken, that's on you.
I don't agree with this statement, but I do agree that it's on you, Benjamin, because you don't have our channel blocked on the internet lock.
Mike is peacing out now. Understandable choice. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the follow. Have a great day. You should cook them first, you know. I figured they just... I swear to fucking God, there has to be some fucked up person that waits for what's the male chicken? The cock? That's double funny in this moment, but for 2 chickens to do the hanky-panky and then grab them and then throw them in the deep fryer.
Wait. I need to be let in on the teacher and Coco Melon joke.
What's the... Do I want to know?
You know what
Is
cocomelon
it gonna get me in trouble? Isn't that thing that children love?
Yeah.
I know nothing about it. I don't know.
Same. But I do know some of the characters and stuff.
My brother said that the teacher was fit, basically.
Right. Where's Google? Teacher, Coco, Melon. Wait, where's the images?
Looks like a regular teacher to me.
Okay, well. Miss Appleberry,
Fit
I get it.
as an attractive sexy, not athletic. I
figured, yeah. I see. Would have a biscuit with.
She gives me stepmom from Disney Pixar movie energy. Cocomelon is a show for tiny children with funny noises and colorful lights, just like our stream, except for the 4 tiny children. I would not recommend tiny children watch this. If you watching are a tiny child, ask your parents if you should be watching this.
Do you have permission, Ranger?
Why, Tifa?
I kid Ranger, he's just small.
They should. Fair. To be fair, you have 3 tiny children on screen right now.
That is very true.
That is true, but just because a work of art features children doesn't mean that the media is made for children. Meanwhile, Satoko is trying to laugh.
As your elder, I was being considerate, you see.
That's impossible. Although that black body razor trap sure did help to ease my tension. But Satoko will be so pleased with herself if I tell her that, so I'll never admit it.
Yu-chan must have gone home with everyone else. I'm sure she's still popular, even after school. Why would she just leave?
Still, your first day at a new school is always really exhausting. I'm sure she'll sleep very well tonight.
I'm quite sure too. Okay, everyone. Yeah, it's been a while since I've been busy with work quite a bit lately.
Dunno, man. Peaceful music, bright colors. We're gonna have to trial this on the children's network. You can do that. I'm pretty sure they'll kick you off and demand that you pay them back. Because Higurashi isn't made for kids. It might look like it, I get that part, but I wouldn't want my kids to read this.
It depends. I would say like 10 years and up.
What? What?
I would go through this at this age.
Tifa, they described tying somebody down, force-feeding them drugs and lobotomizing them.
Yeah, so?
I would like to remind
as a kid.
It shows. I would like to remind everybody that we don't have children, and she shouldn't tell you how to raise yours.
No, I'm not. I'm
Maybe
just saying
want to take advice from me, but
that's the age I would put on it. I'm just saying.
Hell no.
I can only speak from experience.
No, Tifa.
Oh,
no.
Also, speaking of experience, do you know what I'm missing here?
Your line?
Shion.
That's true. Brutal murders, ages 10 and up. Yeah, that's Tifa.
Yeah, but especially in Higurashi, there's no visual to it. If there's visual, maybe 11 if we want to.
We also saw corpses. The fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, but that was like...
Tifa, we saw Shion after she jumped off of the roof. On the ground, bleeding out. The fuck are you on?
Fine, 11.
Please read your line.
No, but what I would have expected here as well, to have all the final pieces, I thought this would be one of those worlds where Shion was also in class.
Maybe she is, if you ever read your lines.
Wow, here I'm talking about the game.
Yeah, you're stalling.
If she was, she would have already shown up. It's time for a club meeting.
No, it's time for a club meeting!
I've been waiting for this. It's been so long that I've gotten rusty. Meep. I've been bored because I haven't rubbed the loser's head in a while. That sounds... Actually, no, she's 8. What? I corrected myself.
Tifa's mind when she's hungry is like... Ooh.
I won't lose. That's his fault though.
I'm trying to bring my A game. I'm sitting here, I'm waiting for the gunshot sound to read my lines and give you the best possible experience. Meanwhile, Tifa, what if murder is good for children?
I didn't say it's good for them.
Brutal murders ages 10 and up. I would like to repeat Skinner's line.
Yeah, as in a 10-year-old could go through this, yeah.
No. Hot take, if you give Higurashi to a 10-year-old child and you go, this is age appropriate, you're a bad parent. I said what I said.
Well...
She felt that line, she lived that line.
You sure have penned up frustrations, huh? Great, that makes things even more interesting.
Everyone's motivated, huh? You better watch out, I'm in top form today. Mion, shut the fuck up. Mion, you're going to wish you went to work instead? Now sing your line, then.
No, time's over.
I would have first seen Higurashi as the anime in 2007. It was an AMV Hell 4. What? An anime music video Hell 4? I think? What? I don't get it.
That means I probably saw it in 2008. Because I remember watching the anime when it was completed. The first season at least.
And how old were you then?
I don't remember.
What year did you just say? 2009?
2008-ish.
Then you were 17. Which I think is more age appropriate. At least 10 up, don't give her more ideas.
Well, it wasn't out then, was it?
I don't know. It was a popular meme video that went past me. I would have also been 17ish. Yeah, I feel like that's more of an appropriate age to consume Higurashi.
Yeah, but you can't watch it sooner if it didn't come out sooner.
Mion's had to work quite a bit lately because her uncle's shop is short on staff. So we haven't done any club activities for a long while. For us, club activities are the main reason we come to school. In a way, we live for these few hours after school. If there are no club activities, there's no point in coming here at all. So it only makes sense for us to be excited about getting to have a meeting again. I'll just ignore Tifa from now on and just read my lines in moments like these.
I guess none of us will be satisfied with an ordinary game. What should we play?
We unlocked into the club locker. I'm always curious about what's in that locker and how much of it there is. I swear there's more in there than it can realistically hold. Just then, we heard the door open. Hanyu comes back.
Oh.
I'm so good at this.
Hanyu-chan. No.
How could she fully believe if she didn't also get the after-school club activity experience?
What are you doing here? Did you forget something?
I thought she'd already gone home. Did she forget her lunchbox or something? It's not that big of a deal to forget a textbook, but you can't forget a lunchbox.
Hanyu, what is it? Are you looking for something?
Use your words, Tifa. Hanyu looked at us apologetic. I hate that word.
Use your words, Jack. Apologetically.
That's a word for 12 and up, at least. Apologetically. Hanyu looked at us apologetically. What is it? Are we in the way? She kept staring at us timidly. Are we sitting in Hanyu's seat? No, that's not it.
What is it, Hanyu-chan? Can we help you? Can we?
Reina talked to her, but there was no communication to be had. Almost like trying to have a conversation with a stray cat. Psst, 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 psst. What is this? Hanyu was fixated on something.
Thank you for the lurk, Skinner.
What she said. I followed her gaze and found Rika-chan. Hanyu's apologetic gaze was directed at Rika-chan.
Meep. It's gonna be a long chapter, isn't it?
Meep, oh, meep, oh.
I won't say anything. If you want it, you need to say it yourself, Hanyu.
I think it's totally fine if a 10-year-old sees gruesome murder and all of these other actually kind of really heavy topics. It's totally not too early for them, says Tifa.
It depends on your goal.
What goal? No 10-year-old should have to deal with the issues that Higurashi tackles. No.
I'm gonna say, I don't remember having any issues at that age.
My chair agrees. You seem to be having issues now, Tifa, and you're way older than 10 right now.
That's just a side effect.
Video games come with age ratings, people. Look at them. That's generally a good idea. With that, I finally figured it out. Hanyu wanted to say something, but she didn't know how to say it, so she wanted Rika-chan to say it for her. Queen puffs? But Rika-chan told her to say it herself. In other words, we need to listen to what Hanyu has to say. We patiently waited for Hanyu to speak up. But when I think about what happened this morning, I realize this kind of silence makes her even more nervous. So I farted instead. To break the tension. Reina, noticing that, talked to her in a sweet tone of voice.
What is it, Hanyu-chan? Can you tell me? I'll help you. What is it? Can you say it one more time?
Swiper, no swiping! Can you say Higurashi? Higurashi! Yes!
Why did I see this coming? What she said? Huh?
Penis.
What?
Well, it has to be something that makes Reina go, huh?
I don't know why, but I suddenly need to think of moldy penis.
What? Why? What? No, I'm sorry, Tifa. I swear, if it was up to me, we would be done with this episode by the end of the stream, but this is not an option today.
That is not a Tifa moment!
Where does moldy penis suddenly come from?
Because you started with penis, and then in the back of my mind I heard moldy penis.
Why do you hear moldy penis?
Well, that's your story.
Yeah, maybe do that. Thank you.
We can save it for another day.
In a previous lifetime, Did you smoke something today? She ate the same things I have. Maybe it's blood loss. Maybe it's blood loss. She gave 2 donations this week.
He chews weed. He doesn't smoke it.
I don't. What are you talking about? Am I going to tell the story now or not?
Tell the story.
At a previous job, we had just launched a product. And management came by and they wanted to take a group picture with everybody involved to mark the occasion. You know, small, nice gesture. And so we're all standing there and one person is trying to take a photo. They're the thing's jammed or something. I don't know shit about photography. It doesn't work right away. So it takes a moment longer than everybody anticipates. The energy kind of leaves the room. Eventually, they're ready. Photographer tries to make us all like, yay, energy, cheer up, smile, happiness. Doesn't really work because of how long it took. And then a colleague, in his infinite wisdom, to attempt to get us all to go like, yeah, energy, yelled loudly through the entire building effectively, moldy penis!
It lives rent-free in my head sometimes.
I looked at management. They looked at me. Then we all went, picture was taken, and then we all dissipated and left. And my biggest mistake that day was when I told this story to Tifa. Because now occasionally, for some reason, she has to think of moldy penis.
I still think it's funny.
It wasn't. Not to me at least, but you know, different strokes for different folks. Reina raised her voice. No, sorry. Reina raised her voice. Who speaks? Mion, of course.
What? Let this old man know too. What is it? Oh, did she actually speak? Are you sure?
What could it be? Please share it with us all.
Does Reina now speak Hanyu? Well.
I think the idea was that Hanyu was whispering under her breath. Huh? What?
Then why didn't they just go like, she whispered this to... Okay, never mind. I want to join your club.
Here's one of mine. You know who says this a lot? Her mom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every time we get to spend a relative amount of time, at some point I also start going, in every different tone you can imagine to copy her.
I feel like it's very Dutch.
It's very your mom. I've seen plenty of Dutch people, and your mom does it most of all. Just saying. Maybe it's a Dutch thing. I cannot attest to that. I don't know every single Dutch person, but I know a few Dutch people, and your mom does a lot of and so on.
Just not in that tone. It's more like while speaking, it's like
It's longer than that. Hanyu said it loudly as if to shake off her embarrassment.
No, that's a surprise. Where did you hear about us?
I saw the flyer.
I want to join. I want to join your club. That's not the answer to the question. Very good. You did a great job.
Why do I think she says clap, clap, clap? Rika-chan must have known that Hanyu wanted to join the club all along. Mion folded her arms with a smile and stared at Hanyu as if praising her. Needless to say, Hanyu was intimidated.
You're awfully reckless, jumping into mortal peril by choice. But our club isn't just any old club. Only a select few are allowed to join, and that's only after passing a gruesome trial. Just because you want to join doesn't mean you can, you know. Look, Hanyu-san. Mi-chan's club might look fun, but... it's not easy.
This music makes me just go...
I already know that.
How would you know that already?
You have to win. Otherwise you don't know what might happen. Are you sure you're aware of that?
I won't lose. But besides...
We're 100% gonna see her in a maid outfit at Angel Mort, don't we? Hanyu swallowed once and said that she... Now I can't speak anymore.
Thinking of the maid outfit at Angel Mort?
Yes. And the blue and white striped underwear. Hanyu swallowed once and said what was on her mind. It sounded like a big thing to say for her, as though it had much deeper meaning.
I used to hate to lose, so I always ran away from every game. But running away is even worse than losing. I can win only if I continue to fight, despite the pain of failure. That's something I've learned. Hanyu.
Mion realized that although she looks timid, Hanyu is actually very courageous. She grinned. It looks like she's grown fond of her. It's almost like they've known each other for a long time. Ooh, we have a perspective swap. I can now see myself. Well, she's got guts. How about it, Mion? Why don't we let her try, huh? Let her take the entrance exam. Ranger,
Cheers, Ranger.
enjoy a drink. Tifa, sit like a human. Do we also need a command that makes Tifa focus on the game at hand and not suffer the brain damage of blood loss? Tifa, I think on behalf of everybody that wants to at least somewhat follow the story of Higurashi, I want to say 1 blood donation a week is plenty.
But you're the one straying now. I was doing my lines, and then you interrupted it and stopped. You literally just did.
I gave her all the space. What does she do? Still not read her lines. Case in point. Case closed.
I was waiting for you. Yeah, Tifa is right this time.
What?
You stopped!
What?
You stopped to complain about me not doing the thing and blood donation and all of this while I was doing my lines.
To be fair, you were making sounds. I couldn't even tell you were doing the line because I didn't look at the line. Please.
I was doing several lines. It usually takes more than a few weeks to determine if one is even qualified to take the exam. Yet she wants to take it on her first day? What should I do? Rika?
Is it now Rika? Because we just saw Keiichi, so it shouldn't be Keiichi anymore, right? I guess it's
Mion
Rika.
pretended to be stubborn, but in reality she was simply playing with her. If she actually didn't want her to join, she would have refused her right away. Of course, if Hanyu was bothered by this kind of intimidation, she wouldn't be able to survive in this club. Just like Reina and Satoko said, our club is relentless. Winning should be your utmost goal. Always aim for first place, and if you come in last, you will wish you were never born. I'll do my best. The punishment for losing is actually kind of fun too.
It's usually kind of kinky for some reason.
Hanyu-chan, you've been watching the whole time, huh? You've been wanting to join for the longest time, huh? I got the feeling that Reina had just mumbled something like that.
Sounds about right. Come on, Mion, let her try. I got in by going through that too, you know?
Quite true. Let us see what Hanyu-san is made of.
Cream puffs.
Have fun, Hanyu-san. I won't hold back, okay?
I appreciate that you think so highly of Hanyu, but
Chan.
why do you go from Chan to Sun?
Mispronunciation. I won't hold back either. I'll only give you my best, Hanyu. Very well. Hanyu Furude, you're on. You're allowed to take the entrance exam.
Can we please not go through an actual board or card game? Please, please.
Okay then. We probably will. We'll have to choose a game that Hanyu knows how to play. What would be good? Oh. What about this?
What about Mahjong? I have the ultimate move that I forgot. Gatsuma Hirabashi or something like that?
I have no clue what the name is.
What was it? The thing that Oishi taught Keiichi.
I think we all know what you mean, but we don't.
Tsubamegaeshi! Yes! Thank you, Dark Lord.
Wait, did you beat Dark Lord to it, or did you...
I mean, there's stream delay, but the moment I said it, the message appeared, so...
I was more wondering if you thought of it
Brain.
yourself or not.
You somehow triggered that in my brain. Thank you. Thank you for confirming that I remembered correctly.
Wow, Jack interrupting the lines.
Mion threw a deck of cards onto the desk. Does this mean...
We'll play a game that everyone knows. How about Old Maid?
I don't know.
That's the game from chapter 1.
I don't know.
That's fine.
Never miss a chance to correct someone. Indeed. That's what the internet was made for. Here she goes. This is exactly what I had to endure when I went through this entrance exam. This is the marked tile deck.
That's a very enthusiastic response. However, our club's version of Old Maid is a little different, no?
Old Maid is a simple card game of making pairs. Yes, and these cards are marked. That was the thing. Most of the cards have scratches on the back, so by memorizing the scratches you can tell what card it is.
She probably memorized already.
In other words, the more you've played this game, the better you are at it. This is simply our way of being mean to newcomers. But you wouldn't know that Hanyu has probably seen this game with this deck of cards 100 times already, so she knows better than you do.
Hanyu-chan, you can do it. This is a trial, huh? Go for it. Yay.
This sure brings back memories. I had to go through this too. It just happened recently, but it still feels so nostalgic. However, that doesn't mean I'll go easy on you. Just like how merciless they all were when I did the exam, I'll put everything I got into this. Right, everyone?
Prepare yourself, Hanyu-san.
Here we go. If you want to join, let us see what you've got.
Roger.
You draw a card from your opponent. Among the cards is a card without a pair of the Old Maid. That sounds like Go Fish with one extra card.
We haven't done that in a while. I'll call your hand from the right, okay? Ace, 3, 4, 7, Jack, and Queen.
Ah, she talked about us. You're Ace.
7.
You're Queen.
It's too late to hide now.
Why did I see that line coming? Sorry, Hanyu-chan. This is the Ace of Spades, right?
The Ace of Spades. Tony Hawk 3 or 4? Tony Hawk 4, right? Ace of Spades?
I'm out.
Do you get it, Hanyu? This is the entrance exam for our club.
Beep. Keiichi is putting his leftover grudge from his own entrance exam into this game. Come on, Kei-chan. Are you sure you should be saying things like that? Hanyu, take Kei-chan's card on the right. That's what you need to win.
Rude.
I'm done.
What? That's not fair. Okay, I'm dead serious now. How dare you make me mad? Hanyu, do you want to go home on a leash wearing shorts with a tail on them on your first day?
My. I think you would look better in them, Keiichi-san.
Agreed. That's Motorhead, a classic.
Yes. And I'm going to take him home with me. I'll make him do that punishment. That's a great idea, I'm in too.
Hey, you guys, why are you picking on me, huh? Fine then. I'm going to make all of you do it.
That's a lot of leashes.
They get cheaper in bulk.
Buy 5, pay 4.
Ah, this music is so nostalgic.
I think this cut
No.
is a good moment for a break. Okay, no.
A break. Okay.
What?
Tifa, you said some wild shit today. I expect you to go, oh, it's quite late and I'm rather peckish, so we should call it a night here so I can go sleep and eat. I need to replenish from my manifold blood donations this week.
Today we can do a normal time stream, which means now is a good time for a break.
She must have taken something. There must have been something that they put into her while they took the blood out.
I said normal time stream, not longer stream.
Beer, everybody.
We are back.
We are. And after all of my complaints about Tifa, I need to show you something.
Oh.
Tifa has squished the little octopus plushie into her cup.
Yeah, it's been in there since beginning of stream.
I didn't realize that, and I think it's adorable. So everybody, applause for Tifa for being cute. Yay! What?
And we're back.
Yeah, we are. Whatever. Oh, the banquet section? No, please, can we not do the whole Takano at the banquet again? Please, I hated that part. I don't want to talk to all of these shitheads again.
I was already wondering what this was, but you're right. Okay, this is the banquet section. Can you hear me? One more speech and then we'll move on to a toast. Are you ready?
This is the back end. We're ready. We can't hear anything from inside, so please give us a cue when the speech is finishing up. 10 bottles per table, okay? Make sure you serve your table smoothly.
Young waiters with bow ties got bottles of beer ready for a toast.
Can we just skip this?
There are several dozen tables with white tablecloths on them in the banquet room. Approximately 8 people are sitting at each table, so there are at least a few hundred people there. The banquet room is teeming with excitement. There are many plates with different kinds of food on each table. Sushi platter, sashimi platter, fruit platter. Also, along the wall, there are cooks ready to serve fresh sashimi. Why can I not say sashimi?
Sorry.
Why is sashimi suddenly such a tongue twister?
My chagrin.
Fresh sashimi? It's different.
It's that scene from The Substance where Dennis Quaid is eating the... I'm a vegetarian, I don't know what was up. No, she does not get a joker here. No. I appreciate it. She is not getting one. A sushi platter, a sashimi platter, a fruit platter.
Yeah.
You don't want shashi in your sashimi. Exactly. Oh, those are all shrimps. Got it.
Also, along the wall, there are cooks ready to serve fresh sashimi.
There we go.
All the guests appear to be well-mannered gentlemen, and obviously there are notable people from different fields. The huge and beautiful chandelier above them clearly tells that this hotel holds a status good enough for those famous people.
They're all alumni from very imperial universities, and they come here together because they're all united by their belief in Japan. Great.
An elderly gentleman is giving a long speech on the stage before making a toast. Usually people don't like long speeches, especially if it's before a toast. But the guests are actually excited with the speech. Well, maybe fervor was a pleasant way to put it. It was probably more accurate to say their excitement was bizarre.
I will do it again. Is the old member is a great way to say he's an old dick. Is the old member the guy giving the speech?
I have no clue.
Also, apparently Shachi is an orca.
Huh.
I wouldn't know what orca is supposed to taste like, so I cannot tell you if people would want sashimi of it.
Probably not. Should not eat orca.
I need you to press enter to continue the lines in mode. I will just go on a limb and say this is the guy on the speech giving the lengthy talk. Anyway, Japan accepted the demand for unconditional surrender, and the day they did, the Pacific War ended. In other words, even if they had to take care of further business, the war ended that day according to international law, and from that day on, there was peace. Therefore, if any troops invaded Japanese land during that peace, that would be an encroachment against Japan. No matter what the Soviet Union says, the Northern Territories are Japanese land, and it should be clear to everyone that they invaded illegally.
Hear, hear!
And now they want to settle by returning a mere 2 islands to us? Who do they think they're kidding? Listen, Habumai, Shikotan, Kunashir, and Iterup are Japanese territory. The total area is equal to an entire prefecture. What would you think if the Soviets invaded and occupied one of our prefectures? Would you settle for just getting half of a prefecture back? No, you wouldn't. You'd have the entirety returned to you. Yet the Soviets are brazenly sitting there, claiming vested rights to the land. This is no joke. We must strongly oppose this to the bitter end. Return all the Northern Islands. Our nation must demonstrate unwavering resolve on that point.
Thunderous applause filled the banquet room. All the gentlemen agreed and expressed that they felt the same way by cheering him on. In all that hubbub, there were 2 people standing by the wall who didn't seem to fit in with the rest.
Please stop. I did. I did. If it was painful, I think I did a good job. How's reading going? So. Sometimes we know how to say words, sometimes we don't, but we're getting there.
It's a lot of text. A lot. How you
Pizza
doing?
Jojo's Mozzarella. That's a long but amazing name. How you doing?
I can appreciate that.
I like pizza.
I take it you're familiar with Higurashi? They were wearing sharp-looking suits, and while a little too old to be called young men, were certainly young compared to all the elderly gentlemen in the banquet room. Why do politicians always tend to lean right or nationalist, and be so partisan? Oh.
Ooh, wait, Akasaka is there?
Maybe they infiltrated Tokyo.
Is that how they're gonna set up Akasaka taking down Takano? Because he is, for some reason, because his wife didn't die, I guess, what do you even call them?
Well, we don't know if his wife died in this chapter, yes or no.
I don't think she would. I don't think she would.
But don't we need his wife to die for him to become Batman, basically?
Not necessarily. Maybe having the steely resolve of somebody who lost everything, even though he hasn't, is enough. You know, just like the idea of losing somebody can be a great motivation as well. You don't need to lose somebody to go, I don't want to lose him.
Fair, but Akasaka in his old state wasn't
We don't
good
know
for
that.
a happy end, I guess.
We don't know that. We don't know if he could have been able to. We just know that he wasn't, as per chapter 7.
Yeah, fair enough. The only reason why I think we need Aka Batman is to fight the mountain dogs.
Possibly. I also wouldn't mind if he wrings the shit out of Takano's neck.
I mean, it helps to be blood.
At the end, they're gonna have this big standoff thing, and she's gonna shoot, and Akasaka's just gonna bite the bullets out of the air. He did at the fragment thing. Thank you for the follow.
Appreciate it. Do you mind if I say pizza, or do you prefer another?
Maybe Jojo, since that's the highlighted part. I'm smart.
Whichever you prefer.
Exactly, tell us.
Already read Higurashi and Umineko.
Very good. We haven't. It's our first time. You can see this is Higurashi, so
We're so close to the
see
end.
where this goes. As
So
you
close.
want. Perfect. Thank you very much.
So close, I think.
Alright, I need to get into... Are we assuming this is badass Akasaka?
No, normal Akasaka, I think.
No, it's gonna be sexy badass Akasaka.
Well, don't forget, whatever you do, it's gonna set the tone for the rest of the chapter. So you need to be able to keep up the voice.
That's simple. I'm vengeance. That's simple. What politicians want most are votes. Votes are cast by their constituents, but not everyone over 20 actually votes. Voter turnout is highest amongst those who are retired and have free time, so the elderly interested in politics monopolize the votes.
And that means the key to their election is whether or not they can secure the elderly vote.
It's so disgusting how still accurate this is, because we kind of are going through something very similar in Germany right now, where the party with the most votes very much knows that most of a voter base is well into their 60s. So instead of focusing on areas that would benefit people who aren't in pension age, They keep pushing things very clearly that are in favor with that type of clientele, which I don't understand. Like, listen, everybody deserves to be happy, but maybe we should do things that are smarter in the long run, longer than the next 3-4 years.
Yeah, but we want the votes.
Not sure if I will write everything correctly. English isn't my native. Same! So that's perfectly fine.
And we usually can't speak either, so
Yeah.
that's the least you need to worry
Exactly.
about.
We can all suck at English together. I like that. We sent voting rights at 60 years old. Only half joking.
Half joking. Unless, just kidding.
Unless, JK, maybe. I am only half agreeing, so I go. Skinner losing his mind because another German. Potentially, we don't know. If a war only happened 40 years ago. In other words, the generation that's interested in voting is the generation from before the war.
My mother talks about air raids often. She used to live near Matsuribayashi and she lost all her family in an air raid. She had to walk across the burned fields all alone.
That's fucked up. And I mean, in a sense, I guess I get it. I mean, I have never experienced something like this. Thankfully, hope I never will have to. But like, that stays with you. My stomach is upset just from reading this. And I guess because of the coffee I had. I assume legit.
In case you're wondering about another German comment, he's German, Psycho's German,
Tifa is basically German.
honorary German at this point. And
Effectively.
I'm not even sure when, I think it was even Sunday we were just joking about Germans being everywhere on the internet.
We were joking about Germans. The little stutter you had.
I even just said before that that we don't speak English either. It fits perfectly fine.
There's Germans here.
No.
A couple years ago, that wouldn't have even been funny.
Nobody told me there would be Germans when I moved to Germany.
I know, right? I'm Russian. See, you're not German. Very good. I mean, either way, it doesn't matter. Case in point. Not everybody happens to be German. That's right. Our parents went through the war. They shed their blood, sweat and tears believing it was for the good of the nation. We lost the war, but they believe the war still brought about change that serves as the foundation for the peace we have today.
I hear that a lot. That if Japan hadn't fought in the war, the Asian countries would still be Western colonies. There was no way we could have won, but we needed to fight in that war or something like that.
I actually don't know nearly enough about all of that part of World War II to give you any insight on this. Just weird. I had to read and study so much about World War II and specifically Germany's role in it that we never even got to this part. Like, Europe colonized so much of the world and all of that kind of changed over the years, thankfully. It's kind of strange to go, oh yeah, true, there were colonies at some point. Huh, what happened to that?
Why does suddenly everyone know Russian, by the way?
Duh. That's the only thing I know.
I don't think I know a single
because I
word.
played Metal Gear Solid Revengeance. Metal Gear Rising Revengeance.
Like, these are all words I have never heard.
Wasn't New Pagadi a band from Russia? I want to say in the early 2000s they had one song that made the charts over here. Because New Pagadi sounds familiar. I couldn't tell you what the song was, or if that's the song's name, but it somehow does something in my memory.
I cannot tell you.
In that case, no matter how much they preach pacifism, politicians can't ignore the pre-war generation. The war is bad and we should never again fight a war. But that war was necessary. Unless they say things like that, it's like they're denying the very lives that generation lives.
I see. Politicians have to work hard to earn votes, huh?
German, but parents grew up there. Okay, but that explains why you have some knowledge of that. Fair enough. I will not butcher those things because A, I don't know how to pronounce them, and B, I don't know what they mean.
So,
New Pagadi is a cartoon from like the 60s. For real, I had no idea.
can it be that was in floor
796?
96?
I don't recall. To be fair, most of culturally Russian references I skipped over because I didn't understand them.
I mean, that is fair. Yes, it was. See? I remember.
Thank you for remembering.
The cartoon was the trigger.
All of that went past me because I just didn't understand it, like, because I don't understand the language. Like, I've had one meme video in there, and it's just two guys talking, and I'm sitting here like, yeah, it's probably really funny if you speak the language, which I don't.
I really don't have a knack for like the Eastern European languages.
I don't have a knack for any language.
Yeah, but with some, I feel like if you hear it a lot, you can pick out words and understand them.
Fair enough.
And like with Russian, Polish, I do not have that at all.
Wróbel. It's Polish and means that little bird that is super common over here. Spatz.
Oh, that's
Sparrow, I think. I think that's what it means. It's the one Polish word I know. I have VHS as a kid, even if I don't speak it. Fair enough. Meanwhile, however, it would be one thing if they were truly proclaiming their own beliefs, but many of them are simply saying that to get elected. As long as there are politicians trying to win over what remains of a pre-war generation, this country's post-war era will never end.
That's how the ghosts of the war will pass their will on to the next generation and keep things the same for the next millennium. They'll just keep repeating that the war was just justified yet regrettable every time an election takes place. Wait, why can we go into why they are even here?
I think we will learn that if we keep pressing a button. Just a hunch.
When will our country ever be freed from that cycle?
Never! That's the beautiful thing. It's simple. Young people need to vote. Don't be fooled by war stories. Vote for those actually pushing policies. Realistic policies, that is. I will just for a moment linger on that screen. I completely resonate with this.
But realistic policies usually don't get the votes. Like, you have to put in a couple of big topics.
Realistic policies require the voter base to understand that they're realistic policies, yeah. And not just go, I'll make you rich if you vote for me. And we will take all the money from enter group you don't care about here. Because that doesn't make sense.
Like, even with parties that I do support, there's some stuff in there where you just think like, we all know that ain't happening. Definitely.
It would be nice if it did. You know? I mean, countries can just generate money and then we go, oh well, now we're in debt. I don't know how exactly it works, but basically that's what it feels like is happening. And they go, let's just take that money.
Ah, yeah. There are a few who talk about some pretty unrealistic things. Akasaka-san? Isn't that the F table?
There she is. Let's go.
F?
The speech had ended and the elderly gentlemen were giving the man on the stage a standing ovation. The two men walked through the crowd and approached an old lady in a kimono.
Yes. That would be me, but who are you?
I made an appointment with you on the phone yesterday. I'm Akasaka.
New introduction? Oh! Oh! My husband worked so hard for this country. Even so. That's the wife of Koizumi.
Madam, I understand what you're going through. This wasn't really anything out of the ordinary. Nobody could remember if there had been a donation or not. So a handful of politicians were questioned. As a result, some came up with a scheme to blame a sickly elderly man who had already retired. With only a short time to live anyway, he was the perfect fit for them.
No, maybe
Can we get details? What is happening? The elderly man had already been sick in bed, and the shock of his friends betraying him had taken away his will to live. The only thing his wife could do was to simply watch him suffer. She kept crying while telling the man about her husband's achievements. If your husband is, in fact, innocent, the judge will rule accordingly. Don't worry. All false accusations will be cleared.
I already know that, because he is innocent. But he won't live to see the verdict. He worked so hard for this country, and this is what he gets in return at the end? How can he rest in peace?
I guess Akasaka is not the narrator. Anyway, Akasaka nodded and tried to find the right words to say to her. His colleague rummaged through a pile of paperwork behind him. The papers were filled with fine print, and it would be hard for an onlooker to tell exactly what they were. However, the way he was looking at them made it very clear that they contained something important.
Akasaka-san, this is amazing. This records exactly how the money was moved.
Akasaka gave him a signal to remind him that this wasn't the place to be looking through those documents. Madam, there isn't any more paperwork, is there?
No, that was the only thing in the safe. Please, use it to get back at those ungrateful bastards. My husband did so much for them, and yet they... Oh...
Madam, you do understand that some things in these documents will implicate him, don't you?
Yes, I understand that. One can't be honest all the time when one is a politician.
One should be!
I am his wife, after all.
Thank you for your cooperation. I will use this to expose the injustice that was done to him.
Only one thing. May I ask you just one thing, though? Could you wait until my husband passes away before making this public?
Oh no, this is how they treat him in the end. He will be dead before the verdict gets handed down. Or can you wait until he croaks? The paperwork Akasaka received was something her husband intended to take to the grave with him. Something that shouldn't exist in this world. If it went public, her husband's name would be disgraced. Akasaka nodded. I understand. You have my word.
Where's the pillow? Nimi, pillow!
This is either Koizumi's wife, which I doubt.
I don't think so. Doesn't make sense with how he died. This is someone else.
Oh wait, I was gonna say Takano, but his wife left him because of all the research he did. And how much he didn't care for anything else.
I thought Koizumi first too, but I think we're introducing some new scheme that will somehow lead to Tokyo.
Yeah. This has to have something to do with how Akasaka gets into the investigating Tokyo part. Vast public funds were moving from Kasumigaseki. Vast public funds were moving from Kasumigaseki. The funds were issued to sub-branches to carry out national policies. The various ideas of those public funds always came together, and there was never an end to those trying to poke a straw into it, to suck it out like a mosquito. Why would she use that example? Excess dividends, cordial patronage, profits for organizations that benefited themselves. Many financiers approached and adhered to officials and politicians hoping to earn those gains. And the bureaucrats constantly indulge them. That's how Japanese corruption works. These illegal pipes from bypass after bypass in Kasumigaseki, siphoning. These illegal pipes from bypass after bypass in Kasumigaseki, siphoning off public funds for their profit. To find and destroy such pipes is, of course, in the national interest, but eliminating illegal expenditures isn't as... I was glancing at chat, sorry. Kasumigaseki is a district in Tokyo where the government works. It's bureaucrat central. Thank you. I don't know why they didn't put that in the text. That would have been super helpful. Because I thought it's a person, maybe?
What? I think it was clear that
or
it was
an entity? But... Like a party of politicians, maybe? Usually reading visual novels? Usually no. Usually we play all sorts of different games. But 1.5 years ago, after being encouraged to do so, we started reading Higurashi. And it's taken us 18 months so far. And since we want to get to the end of it, this is currently all we do for the next little bit until we're done with it. And then soon there will be things that aren't visual novels, because this has been a long ride, and I think we all need a bit of a break from all the words and all the text.
Yeah, a little bit, but we play a lot of things.
True, and usually when Tifa isn't around, I solo stream, and when I play games that are nothing like this, like all the Mega Man games.
But yeah, we've done several visual novels, Danganronpa, Omori, the first Ace Attorney game.
Yeah, the first Ace Attorney game, so the first game with its 4 cases.
We still plan on doing the trilogy as well, but not straight after this.
Yeah.
After this, we'll probably take a little visual novel break.
Something with maybe less words, but definitely more buttons. Yeah. I think that's fair.
But I think for the next month or so, we'll still be on Higurashi. We also had a time where we did like 2 streams Higurashi of the week and 2 streams like a game.
But we want to have this done by the end of the month, so...
Yeah, at this point, we just want to finish it, so we stream it a bit more.
My favorite letter is Higurashi. Yeah, we're not diving headfirst into Mineko. Probably never.
Not on stream, at least.
There are important people connected to those pipes, and when those people are investigated, a major political scandal takes place. The reason why the government doesn't investigate such illegal expenditures is not only to protect vested interests, but also because they're conscious of the damage these scandals can cause politically. To put it more succinctly, the government can't endure the pain of pushing pus out of a wound.
That's Jack. Jack can't endure that either.
The other day, you can still slightly see it, I had this little zit here on my throat. And I made the mistake of walking past Tifa, and she saw it, and she saw that it was technically poppable.
It was completely yellow.
She looked at me as if I was a piece of meat at a butcher that was on sale and she hadn't eaten in a month.
I don't know how I ended up with you. Your pain tolerance is so low.
My pain tolerance is exactly where it should be. You just have weird inclinations. I understand pimple popping is a whole genre. Don't worry, it's just not for me.
Yeah, but with these, you just need to like suck it up.
No.
And have them popped.
No, I can just wait for it to go away by itself.
Oh, you're so fun in that.
It's not supposed to be fun. It's supposed to not hurt.
You get zits, so I can pop them. That's like a rule of the universe.
It's one of the many reasons why I try to have a clear skin.
And that's why I rub dirty socks on your face at night.
That explains a lot, actually. The closer the exposed subject is to the top, the greater the pain faced by the government, and that affects the cabinet approval rating. The closer the subject is to the core, the more extensive the damage to the heart.
Yeah.
The secret investigation Akasaka was leading went as close to the heart as it got, and could cause a collapse of the administration from shock. Akasaka was tipped off that a huge amount of public funding was leaking out through an alumni organization of the 7 imperial universities. So he and his colleagues had been conducting a secret investigation into the matter for a long time. I need to say something. When we got the Akasaka fragment earlier, last stream, I was thinking, this is really stupid. First of all, they make him into some sort of action hero, and then how is he gonna suddenly get involved with Tokyo? That doesn't make sense with this shadowy organization. It's tax evasion. It's money going places where it shouldn't. And if you think that's not really enough, that's how they got Al Capone. Not because of all the illegal shit he was doing. Al Capone got fucked by the IRS because he didn't pay his taxes. That's what launched everything else.
So what do we learn from this?
This is disgustingly realistic.
Pay your taxes.
The whole, we want to take over the world, we want to get rid of everybody that doesn't think like us, we want to use, if possible, a parasite to control other people's thoughts, if it works, if it can be weaponized. All of this doesn't matter. What does matter is, where you got that money from? Disgusting. But realistic. I have to tip my hat off to Ryukishi. He found the one way in that I cannot refute. His target was tightly knit, but he learned the wife of one of the organization's senior members bore strong resentment toward them after her husband was made their scapegoat and managed to contact her. That has to be Koizumi.
No, it's not.
But Koizumi was made into a
Koizumi
scapegoat.
was not sick in bed for the last few weeks of his life.
Well, in this version he is.
He suddenly got a heart attack.
Are we sure about that?
Yeah.
Maybe that's just the part Takano knew about because he didn't want to bother her with his ailings.
I have a feeling it's not Koizumi.
And because of that, he had gotten his hands on extremely important information. Wow, all of these people.
Good work, everyone. We've almost gathered enough proof. What Akasaka-kun brought us is particularly shocking. You must have worked hard to get it. Great work.
Thank you. The small meeting room was filled with boxes that were, in turn, filled with documents. A whiteboard was filled with cramped writing too. Maybe I shouldn't press the button at first. A few of the investigators in the meeting room, which was also filled with smoke, were reading the documents intensely. Their intimidating manner clearly indicated that they were police officers with a great deal of experience. Akasaka was one of those men. It had been a while since Mamoru Akasaka was transferred to his department. When he worked on the case of a kidnapping of Minister Inukai's grandson, he had been a rookie, but by now he was an experienced investigator. After a knock on the door, an elderly man entered the room. Everyone straightened up all at once.
Sir, thank you for stopping by.
Thank you! You don't need to stand, relax. I brought a wonderful gift for you all today. Kano, you'll get to go to your son's parents' days meeting after all. The meeting room was filled with sighs tinged with exasperation and resignation. It certainly wasn't because any of them hated getting to go to Parents' Day.
I knew it. I thought it was about time. Shit.
Akasaka's colleague complained. They had been so close to getting to the root of his issue. They had such strong evidence. Akasaka, on his part, wasn't too disturbed. This had happened several times in the past, and considering how hot the documents he obtained were, it was easy enough to predict. The case was suddenly transferred to another department. That meant the investigation ended here. The new department was supposed to continue the investigation to expose injustices, but that's never happened once before. It was just an excuse. The investigation had been terminated because of pressure from above. Yeah, because if it becomes public in any sense that there was an embezzlement scandal in the heart of your politics, that makes everybody look bad, don't it?
Damn it. What about everything we've worked so far?
I was just seeing how much it hurt to push out the pus. I realized it would be too painful, so they decided not to treat the wound.
I like his wording.
His metaphors?
Yes.
Funny enough, though, this very same thing happened a few years ago in Germany. In the previous governing party, we had a wonderful gentleman who had the glorious idea, hey, you know what we should do? We should make the entirety of the German highways a toll system, like you have in some other countries. That's gonna create so much income because everybody drives cars, other people from other countries come here by car, so that's gonna bring in enormous amounts of revenue and we're gonna use that for all sorts of things. It's gonna fix the country's money issues. Except from the very first moment, everybody told this guy, that's illegal in Germany. We have things in our government papers that go, you cannot do this. It's not legal. It goes against our Grundgesetz, our idea of a constitution. He pushed through with it anyway. For years they worked on this. Eventually, I think it went public for like a week, a very short amount of time, 8 days, 10 maybe, something like this, could have been a month. And then judges just shut it down and the whole thing went bust. And ever since then, there were investigations into how this could have happened, how much money was wasted in all of this. In the end, the court, the prosecutors of a government that would have to bring him to court over this huge waste of money, looked at this and they went, okay, your amazing ideas cost the taxpayers, I think it was 800 something million euros. Almost a billion, I think it was.
That's quite a lot of money.
Based on the decisions of one person. And we would strongly love to investigate all of this and bring this to justice. However, the amount of effort and resources it would take to do this case justice is so exorbitant because of the amount of idiocy involved that it is our uniform decision to not pursue this, to save the taxpayers from further damages incurred by your choices.
What kind of a bullshit reason is that, though?
That happened.
So you're fine.
Look it up. Autobahnmaut. It happened. And this guy still works in the government.
Well, what
Yeah.
can one say?
Or was it LKW-Maut? One of them. The toll thing. Yeah. I have a cheaper solution. Which is, fire him and get all the money back from him. Because, like, if you get to that point, it should be pretty clear that he's an idiot.
So what do we take from this? If you do something like this, make sure it costs enough money so that it's not worth going after.
Funnily enough, Tifa once told me about a similar case in the USA where somebody, it wasn't a government official fucking up money, it was some criminal who had done so much shit that they couldn't bring him to court because they couldn't possibly go through all the evidence. There was so much evidence within the legal guidelines they had to drop the case because they couldn't fulfill a full report on all the evidence in any time frame that they have to stick to.
Sometimes the justice system...
I cannot say what I mean. Psycho, I hear you loud and clear.
does not always deliver justice.
In that sense, their hard work wasn't wasted. Because of it, the investigation was terminated. Akasaka understood that, but his colleague wasn't yet mature enough to understand. Of course, Akasaka's sense of justice was displeased by this. He felt frustrated with his superiors who had hesitated to expose the truth. But he was mature enough to know not to say that out loud. Like us, Psycho. We'll organize what we have and hand it over to the other end later. Anyway, since you haven't had a day off for such a long time, you don't have to wait until 5 PM to leave today. Please, go home and get some rest. We'll talk about what's left to do tomorrow. Also, don't forget to use up your vacation time too. Make sure you take a vacation and give a treat to your spouses. Chief Inspector, please, come with me. That'll be all. Yes, sir. Excuse you, it's officers?
Oh.
Yes, sir. Though his long secret investigation left a bad taste in his mouth with its resolution, he managed to earn a holiday until the next incident arrived. Well, I guess we'll do as he says. Everyone, go home and get some rest.
If you go home that early, you might find out your wife is having an affair, you know? Dumbass, you don't know anything. Akasaka-san and his wife are madly in love. At least he's still alive. He calls her every night from a public phone in a different building. I envy you, Akasaka. My wife's pretty cold.
Hot take. Maybe don't marry a person you hate.
But it only starts after marriage.
We're engaged, but you know, so far I can recommend it. It works for me.
Yeah, but we didn't marry it. It starts after.
Oh, of course, the moment the paper is signed, I'll get fat and let myself go completely, turn into a huge douchebag. Oh, wait. I just described the last 10 years. No, that's a joke. Kasaka smiled bitterly as he gathered the documents in his hands. One of the pages fell to the floor. It was a page from a huge pile of papers documenting illegal expenditures. They exposed the illegal expenditures of the Alphabet Project, the research team for the next generation of hardware in the Defense Agency. I have a question, Tifa. Why did we start saying defense and not defense? Because I cannot stop now, you know?
What's wrong with defense?
But I think it's defense, not defense.
It's defense.
It's defense.
It's defense. It's not defense. Defense is outside in Lyon. Or
I think both works, but it was entirely possible that this project was created in the first place for the purpose of funneling these illegal expenditures. When he saw the paper, one thing caught Akasaka's eye. Defense is when you turn down a... Tifa! Mwah! Mwah!
That's my brain cell today.
Did she also donate a lot of blood this week, Psycho? Well, it can be fans or earth. That is very true, Dark Lord. Beautiful. Mwah as well. Chef's kisses all around. When he saw the paper, one thing caught Akasaka's eye. He picked it up, looked at it, and tried to remember. It was a list of people who illegally received public funds. It was also a list of retirees who were still very much in love with money. There should have been no connection between those people and Akasaka.
Except?
However, there was one thing that caught his attention. The Irie clinic.
And this
oh my
is
god,
how we
the way
circle
I
back.
got the music to drop. Mwah. That was accidentally, but jizz in my pants. As soon as he said it, all sorts of memories resurfaced. Yes, the Irie clinic. When he was working on the case of Minister Inukai's grandson's abduction, he got into a scuffle with his suspects and became injured. He was taken to the local clinic. As he recalled, the name of that clinic was the Irie Clinic. He started to remember one thing after another. His very first experience with wading into the muck. It was burned into his mind like a fresh memory, and he could vividly recall everything that had happened. His daughter was about to be born, and he really didn't want to go to Hinamizawa. He met Oishi, who taught him a lot of important things. He also met a girl in that village. Her name was... yes, Rika Furude. That was it. How long had it been? How old was she now? As he remembered her lovely smile, he also remembered the ominous prediction she made. She had predicted that if he didn't go back to Tokyo, something terrible would happen. At the time, he took it as nonsense, but he felt something odd about it, as if it was a divine omen. Then he had remembered Yukie, who was about to give birth. He became concerned that something terrible would happen to her. But he couldn't just leave and go back to Tokyo. That's why he called her right away. He told her something would happen. He told her to be very careful until he returned. Yukie had laughed and told him he was being paranoid, but that phone call indeed saved her from a calamity. Originally, in that timeline in chapter 4, he didn't call because he was busy. I think that was the night of Watanagashi and he went drinking with the locals.
No, that I don't call, but...
You can be offended, which can put you on the... offensive? Oh my god. Dark Lord whipping out the thesaurus. How many more can I make? How many more can I make? I appreciate the effort. I like it.
Suddenly you realize there's more than you think of.
You also can visit a fence if you want to sell something you stole. Like when Tifa took my heart when I met her.
That's very sweet.
But you didn't fence it. You still have it, right?
Yes, I do.
Oh.
Somewhere.
Akasaka had found out about that when he visited her after returning to Tokyo. A few days after his phone call, a janitor was seriously injured when he stepped on a loose tile on the stairs on his way to the rooftop. We also heard afterwards that Yukie had a habit of going up to the roof for a walk every day. But because of his phone call, she had stopped doing it. If he hadn't called her, she would have been the... If he hadn't called her, she would have been the one to step on the loose tile. In other words, Rika Furude's prediction had been correct. It's okay, it only hit the janitor.
I don't know the janitor, so it's fine. Plus, the janitor lived. He just got very injured.
I'm very happy Tifa eventually got to the point where the story still has a happy ending. The janitor got injured, but he is fine now as far as we know. Whereas Yukie would have gone into shock birth given birth, and in the process died.
Was that how she died? I thought she broke her neck.
No, she died. Well, I don't remember the details, but she died from the fall and then giving birth. There was no proof, but Akasaka still believed that he was able to save Yuki only because of Rika Furuda's prediction. He'd intended to call and thank her for saving Yuki, but the busy days that followed put it out of his mind. Imagine somebody saving your wife's life and then you go, I shouldn't call right now, I'm kind of busy, it's late already. Dude,
He had
really?
a lot to deal with. Being pregnant can make your body a lot more susceptible to a lot of things. Yeah, that is fair.
Rika-chan. I wondered if she was still doing well, if she was still smiling. Akasaka remembered the sad prediction she made on that night under the moon while still wearing that smile. That's right. She said something. She predicted someone would get killed on the night of a festival every year, and that on the 5th year in, she'd be the one that get killed. No, that was too long of a pause. She predicted someone would get killed on the night of a festival every year, and that on the 5th year in, she'd be the one to be killed. That's right, he thought, she did say that. The 5th year. That's this year. The festival is... That's right, it's in June. If he remembered correctly, it happens on the last Sunday of the month. Akasaka looked at the calendar. It was June 1983. Although there was still some time, the death she predicted for herself was coming up. The girl who'd predicted Yuki's accident also prophesied a mysterious incident would occur annually for the next 5 years. If it had actually been happening, then it would happen again this year.
So this is all needed to circle back to him now going back to Hinamizawa.
And not because he oddly remembered and then went on a vacation. I guess. Akasaka wondered if Rishi was still working at the Okinomiya PD. If the annual incident she predicted actually was taking place, he would know. In other words, he could confirm if Rika Furude was going to be killed or not with a phone call to Ooishi. The girl who predicted her own death had muttered that she didn't want to die. Muttered? No. It was clearly a plea for help. A young girl who was trapped in the fathomless, bizarre traditions of a village she couldn't escape had sought help from him, an outsider. She paid his reward in advance, in the form of foreseeing Yuki's accident. He had to get to her. He had to go save her. A flood of emotions filled him up. He felt as though he had finally remembered something he was never supposed to forget. That's right. He had to go to Hinamizawa. He had to save the girl who had asked him for help. Beautiful. In any other story, he would have just remembered Ryokishi fills up plot holes like rain.
I feel like all of this could have been much shorter. Like the entire case beforehand.
It still works.
I mean, it works, but was it necessary? I don't feel like it was.
Story that ultimately boils down to the manipulation of moments of chance to create a certain chain of events. It still works. It still works.
Yeah, it does work. It does work. But
also, I think we're really close to the end of the episode. I think after he leaves for Hinamizawa, it's over. Because we need to set the players on the board.
And stop talking and go for a little bit longer. I want
to establish Akasaka as a great ass beater now. That's kinky as hell.
Hello, yes. Okonomiya PD.
Hello, is Kurado Ishii still working on your investigation department? If he is, may I talk with him, please?
Excuse me, may I ask who's calling?
No.
This is Patrick.
This is Patrick. Meerjungfrau Mann und Blaubarschbube. Mermaid Man and I forgot the sidekicks guy in English. Could you tell him it's Akasaka from the police headquarters? Wish he was a very lively person, but he had been old even back then. That's so rude. Barnacle Boy.
Oh, yeah, that was it.
Blaubarschbube has a much better ring to it. A blue base boy, I think. Yeah. Maybe he'd already transferred somewhere else, or maybe he'd since retired. But if he was still there, he'd be happy to hear from Akasaka. He sure had a unique laugh. Yes, he does.
Ooishi-san, there's a phone call for you. Someone from the police headquarters in Tokyo.
Tokyo? Who could that be? Hello, this is Ooishi. What? My oh my! And how have you been? I told you the episode would be over. Come on, do the thing where we go to a menu and we unlock tips.
Do you think it's tip time again? I don't think we get tips.
How do we not get tips?
It's in chapter 8. You don't need tips in chapter 8.
Then why do you have a tip menu if we don't get tips?
Because we don't want to take it out in chapter 8 after we've already built it for 7 chapters.
End of episode 5. Just like I said it would happen. I'm so good at this.
Another one bites the dust.
Always triple save, folks. Bing!
That's a good point.
Tifa, thank you very much.
I
Booyah.
somehow expected way more.
Because the code for it holds up the entire game. Fair.
Hey, sometimes removing the simplest thing will cause chaos you are not ready for.
Never change a running system. It's a joke that Jack updated OBS and when things break. I normally don't update things unless I have to. Case in point, when I make thumbnails for our VODs to go up on YouTube, every single time I take the latest file that I used, make a copy of it, remove everything I don't need anymore and use that as like a seed to grow another tree of thumbnails from. Tell that to Microsoft.
I am dreading the day they force us to move to 11.
I don't understand. We have to use Microsoft products at my work. I don't understand how you can routinely, regularly change the graphical user interface of certain tools like Microsoft Teams. I feel like every 2 to 4 weeks something has moved, something looks different, something has been put into a different menu. Why would you do that?
The thing is, Microsoft has just gotten too big.
But why would you change a system sold to other companies for productive use? Why would you waste millions of users' time constantly having to relearn your stupid tools? You don't do that with Word, you don't do that with Excel, you don't do that with PowerPoint. Why do you do it with Teams? They did similar shit with Skype, if I recall correctly. I don't get that part. Stop changing things around, just fix them, add to it, yes, but don't give us an overhaul of a graphical user interface every month.
They're trying to go with the time and stay modern and change it up.
Yeah. They make 1 year of security updates for free, that is true. In Europe at least. When they pay for the updates, Linux isn't valid. Excuse you, Psycho. Insert year here is going to be the year of Linux on desktop. Unfortunately, I have to agree with you. I would love to be able to just go, hey, I want to use Linux, any flavor of it, because thousands upon thousands of people have spent their blood, sweat and tears on what in most cases is a free tool. So that's nice, that's awesome, I want to use it. Some stuff is... It's gotten easier in the last 10 or so years, I want to say, from my experience. It still has a long way to go to be as user-friendly as something like Windows. It still needs a bit. Maybe one day we'll be there. Too much shit I have to tinker with for an hour. The shit I can do with Windows just fine. Yeah, despite all of our very valid complaints, just because it works better doesn't mean it works well. Despite everything, Windows still just works most of the time. Waiting for SteamOS.
Don't give them ideas.
Same. I would like it if that becomes a main distro, I think is the lingo, and becomes as user-friendly. If you want to play games, if your hardware works for it, it's fine. Yeah.
Also, if you only do Netflix, YouTube, Spotify, Steam, Linux is perfectly fine. But then I wouldn't even go there. Then it's too much effort already.
What do you mean you wouldn't go there?
I wouldn't use Linux for that.
Yeah, but Linux is free. Microsoft, you have to pay for Windows.
Yeah, okay, fair.
I mean, I don't know how that works in the rest of the world, but at least in Germany, or in Europe, I think, we have a wonderful regulation that makes it so that legally you can sell license keys you don't use anymore. So every time I set up a computer and I need Windows, I go to eBay or any other page, and for like $2-3 I buy a Windows license, because they are taken off of computers that get dumped into the garbage for recycling by offices. And then I go, well, I could pay hundreds of euros for Windows if I go to the hardware store or the electronics store, or I can just buy a pre-used license. It's software, it doesn't go old. So that's what I do. Want to sync your MP3 on your phone? Fuck you, take this garbage MP3 player. Yeah. One day we're gonna get there, Psycho.
Rant over.
One day. Just give a little bit more time.
Well, I'm gonna use your rant over to do the so.
To dodo.
To do the so.
Do.
I just want food at this point.
I did promise Tifa a croissant, so I will make her one. With chocolate filling or with apricot marmalade? We also still have strawberry marmalade.
I think I want plain. I'll think about it. But I can't think about it while we're still here, so I'm gonna wish you guys all an awesome weekend, and we'll be back on Sunday with more Higurashi.
She said all of these things before pressing the button. Thank you for getting through episode 5 of Higurashi. We're making progress, people. We'll continue this on Sunday. Love you, see you, and bye!